Dependency. Love. Respect. Passion. Pain. Intimacy. Pleasure. I sit here stuck inside my head, remembering you and I analyze all those things you said. You told me you loved me, you kissed and you hugged me, then you smile and look in my eyes and tell me that you'll always be right there.
Good evening, y'all. Good evening. What's happening? Hey, y'all.
Good evening.
How y'all doing?
I'm muted. My hat didn't even come through right.
I was muted too.
How y'all doing? How is everybody?
And
I feel left out. Y'all titties saying hello.
listen.
Girl.
I'm over here. Let me change my shirt. Hold on, I'm coming back. Let me change my shirt.
Now let me go find another shirt. She really went to go find another shirt. That's hilarious. Girl.
Definitely not intentional.
Right.
Not intentional.
I was
at all.
over here sleeping. Auntie came home and took a little nap after work.
Yeah.
But I actually got off a little early today because we had once a month we have like a half day, so it's for professional development days.
Yeah.
So we had a half day. Sometimes we do stuff on that day, and sometimes we just get to go home.
Oh,
so I had my little half day, and I came home after work. I actually ran my first staff meeting today at work.
Yes.
But after that, I came home and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do this and I'm gonna go do that. And then I'm gonna get myself together. I'm gonna start cleaning up my room. So by the time the show, girl, back, I had all the thoughts in the world to be productive.
Mm-hmm.
My body was like, go take a nap real quick. And I was like, you know what? That do sound good.
Right. And that's
that do sound real
win.
nice.
A small win that you can celebrate. Yep.
Listen, I'm like, well, I didn't took a nap so I could be up. So I can still get some stuff done tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the goal, to get some stuff done tonight.
That's what's up.
That's
what's up. That's awesome. So she legit went to go put something else
She
on?
went to go find her shirt.
Really did?
She said, because what y'all not about to do is leave me out.
Oh my gosh. So, no. It is not intentional. Matter of fact.
It really was not intentional.
Mm-mm. Yep. Okay. I like it.
She said, because I want to show a little skin. I'm going to show some.
I want to say hello.
Oh, man.
Y'all funny.
So, yes, indeed.
Hello to everybody out there tuning in.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Okay, hey. It is another Friday with your favorite Crazy Rich Aunties.
Yes, indeed.
And, we want to welcome y'all. Welcome everybody over there on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, because we are streaming to Instagram tonight as well.
Hey, Instagram.
I know y'all been missing us on Instagram.
Yeah.
I know y'all been missing us on Instagram simply because the last show, Auntie Leo was in her car. And, we had to do the show while I was in transit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, there we go.
We miss y'all Insta people.
Right. We missed it, y'all. But we did. And,
oh, Lord, here we go.
Listen, I already knew it was coming when I saw them first couple of comments, and then you left.
I didn't even know he was on here. Hey, baby.
Yeah, baby, he was on here as soon as we went live. Okay.
Oh my goodness! Let me see. I ain't seen no chest. I ain't see. Well, then, hey there.
You can't even see my chest.
You just see skin. So, y'all know that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we almost at the end of the month. I'm like,
can't
damn, this month flew by. Like,
it did.
Man,
hell. This month has literally flown by.
Yep.
So we are here with another episode, and y'all know this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we have been tapping into grief as it pertains to sexuality and all of
Yeah.
those amazing things. And so, one of the things that we are going to tap into tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about sexual anxiety.
Mm.
Um, and
Mhm.
one of the things that a lot of people don't realize that sexual anxiety is a real thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Tell the people about it.
Listen, sexual anxiety is also known as performance anxiety. It is a type of performance anxiety that can cause intense fear or worry during sex. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm.
Um, it can affect people of all ages. So,
Yeah.
not think that you are exempt. And it can affect anybody at any random time. Okay.
Mm.
Um, so don't sit up here and think that it ain't gonna affect you, that it's not gonna be
Mhm.
something that can come your way, because it can.
Can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, um, one of the other things is, excuse me, that there are some legit causes of sexual anxiety. And if my picture loads up correctly, then I'll be able to show you all. It's over here tripping. So as soon as it loads up, I'll be able to show you all some of the causes of
Mhm.
anxiety. Because one of the other things is that a lot of times people think that they just perform and they don't have anxiety, or that it's not a possibility
Mm.
of the anxiety taking place while in the midst of intercourse. So it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Um, and some do. Men experience it in a different way than women do. So a lot of times, sexual anxiety from a man shows up as him not being able to get hard, or
Right.
him not being able to stay hard.
Mm.
And sometimes they might think sometimes it does have a lot to do with the attraction and the connection with the person, but also it sometimes happens simply because they're excited. They're
Yeah.
overstimulated. They're overwhelmed. They have all of these thoughts running through their mind about how they need to perform, how they need to show up, if it's going to be good, if it's going to be everything that she hoped and prayed for and wished for. And we know it's not. No, I'm just playing. We know it.
You
I'm
like I could have had a
just
V8?
playing. I'm just playing, y'all. I
No,
ain't
that's
coming
not
for
it.
the fellas, okay? I ain't coming for y'all. So, yeah, so the performance anxiety is actually something that happens. And then, so here are some causes of sexual anxiety. There are many different causes of sexual anxiety, and they typically differ from person to person. Individuals struggling with mental health concerns, trauma, and various relationship issues may see an increase in anxiety about sex. In addition, anxiety is often, I hate trying to say that word. Uh, it happens in a
Cyclical?
cycle. Yes, I hate trying to
Cyclical.
say it because
Oh,
it be
cyclical.
Uh-huh. Cyclical.
cyclical. Yeah, girl, my tongue get all tired when I try to say that word. That's why I have to take a pause before I say it. And people tend to have difficulty controlling feelings of worry.
Yeah.
So that's how sexual anxiety actually happens, or what causes it. Again, it also can happen because of you being excited. A lot of times men, and I keep saying men because they have the outward
Effect.
effect of sexual anxiety. Women
Mm-hmm.
also experience sexual anxiety, and the way that we experience sexual anxiety is oftentimes us not being able to get wet or stay wet, or um sometimes women blank out from the experience because they are like they're in their heads and
They
they
somewhere
got
else.
all of these thoughts going too. So, or sometimes they may be in the midst of it, but you might not. I'm so immature. You might not get no moaning. You might not get no sounds. You might not
Because they
get
somewhere
nothing.
else.
Yeah, because she's
Yeah.
actually in her head thinking
Yeah.
about all the things and trying to make sure it's good. But also, she probably thinking about, oh, I forgot to pay that bill today. Dang, is this some milk in the
Mm-hmm.
refrigerator? And that
Yep.
might be like, why is that even something that's on her mind at that time? It's simply because life is life in a lot of times for people. And
Yeah.
so it happens in a bunch of ways that we don't recognize and we don't realize it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's why
what's
foreplay
good,
is important.
peoples? All of the peoples over here on Instagram.
Hey,
Y'all
Instagram.
can, I hope y'all chime in, say something, talk to us, cause we
Hey,
talk back.
Insta Peeps.
Um, y'all know we gotta make sure we talk to the Insta peeps.
Yeah.
Um, but there are also some tips for sexual anxiety. So have either of you ladies ever experienced sexual anxiety?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For sure. For
So what
sure. Matter of fact, when you was talking about thinking about bills, yeah,
mm-hmm.
like I could be right in the midst of everything, and I'll be like, "Man, did I pay my cell phone bill?" It's like something just running
Lord
across my head that shouldn't be running across my head. So yeah.
goodness. So
Mhm.
it is hard. It really
Mhm.
is hard. um what about you, coach?
I've experienced that a lot of times where I was like somewhere else. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the act. I've also experienced the not being as wet either, and a good portion of that is because when there's no foreplay involved,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and my mind is on all of this other stuff, and then you want to come and touch me for like 2 seconds, and then think that that's gonna do something,
Yeah.
and then you're like, well, you ain't even, yeah, I'm not, because you didn't do anything. Like, you
Yeah.
don't know what just happened in my brain all day today. You don't know that I didn't set up here and got a letter talking about I owe this much money today,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a phone call about some shit that just really is really heavy on my brain. Or maybe you do know, and your thought
Mhm.
process is, oh, let me put my dick in you. No,
Right.
I'm 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 over here like I'm struggling.
Right. Right. I mean, same thing for me. Like we said, like I may start off wet, but if they, if they're starting to massage or do something and it's not,
Stimulating.
yeah, if it's not stimulated, then it will dry up very quickly. And now he's like, it's like he's rubbing and like, what happened to the wetness? And like, I don't know. Like, do something.
Get some
So,
food. Get some
and
natural
now,
food
now
that
you
you
thinking to
drink.
yourself, do I have to do it? Should I do it for myself? To get
Not the,
myself
I
in?
don't know.
Yeah, oh no.
And the crazy thing is that one of the best ways to ease up stress and anxiety is by having an orgasm. An orgasm is one of the best ways to release the toxins and the stress and stuff
Hmm.
that's sitting in your body. I think
Yeah,
a lot of times when you have sexual anxiety, it's more or less about the act of the sex. You're not
yeah,
even thinking about the end result of it. You're just thinking about the act of it all, which is why
yeah,
masturbation sometimes is just simpler and easier.
right.
Um, but sometimes just the whole act and everything is also a really good way for you to release uh the energy and the stress too, because now your body is actively doing other things. Like the
Yeah.
orgasm is just a small portion of it, but if you're moving and you're touching, and especially if you have passion and a lot of
Hmm.
intimacy involved, that's why I said what I said about the foreplay. you
Yeah.
that if it still is a problem, then that might be something deeper, right? Because we've been talking about grief this whole time. That might be something way deeper than some stresses that you've experienced during that day. It might be like because somebody passed away, or you're really dealing with the loss of like I got a lot of friends now. Their kids are about to go away to college. They are having anxiety about their kid leaving, and they not having that type of like you're not gonna be up the street or around the corner and going. Now you're about to be 600 miles away from me. So yeah.
And especially if that means that's going to make the house like empty nest, where it's just where it really has to be, the couple together. Like, the kids are always here. We're not used to dealing with each other one-on-one, all the time. So, I mean, some people they're like, okay, we gonna do it like jackrabbits or whatever. But for some other people, be like, what am I gonna do with you here all the time with no kids in the house? So, yeah,
you ain't never lied.
Yeah.
And you're right, love. Lube is always if ever you get to the point where I don't even care if you're not experiencing sexual anxiety, just keep lube, natural lube. You can even keep a favorite lube. Just make sure that it's natural. You can get a CBD lube. Just make sure it's natural.
Well, they got a CBD. They got one for what?
Oh, you didn't know CBD lube?
No.
They got everything CBD.
Really?
Baby.
Oh,
it's an
CBD
experience. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
No, they got all the things CBD.
Let me see.
And like y'all were talking about, that was a good example, Michelle, talking about like empty nesters and things like that, because now they have this anxiety because now he gonna want it. Now he's gonna want me to show up. Now he's gonna want me to perform. Now he's gonna want to be
if they haven't already
all
been
the
doing
places.
It.
Yeah, if they've not been doing it because of the kids or because of the kids being able to come home.
Right.
And so sexual anxiety does show up in a lot of different ways or for a lot of different reasons. And like the infograph said, like it can differ, and it can be because of various relationship issues. So that can increase the anxiety about sex.
Right.
And one of the things that we don't recognize or we don't really realize is sexual anxiety. It is maybe like coming too soon. Like that's part of anxiety. Like it might not even be that it's that you can't get up, that you can't perform. Like you get in there and be ready to perform, but your body be like, I wasn't ready, I ain't prepared. Go back, try it again, do it over.
Right. Which I wouldn't have a problem if they did come too soon, so long as we have a second go around, right?
Let's do this again.
Yeah, it's like, come on. But I mean, I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship where
that thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Nah, I was in a relationship where that one was it. So if I didn't get any within that moment, that was it. It was, and I was like, what am I going to do? And I mean, when I say it was it, like roll over, go to sleep, they knocked out, not going to wake up until the morning. And I'm laying there like ready to cry because I was just getting started when you ended. So it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
So,
or a promise of I got you later.
Yeah, no, it was never.
Don't ever tell me you got me later. Just say we through. No, don't ever give me that promise of I got you later.
It was never I got you later. Now, conversely, I was in a different relationship where they already said, look, the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to come first. But then give me 20 minutes to recover and we're going to get it on and pop it. And it was always true.
I love the honesty though. Like that's a man who knows himself and he knows his body and he's being honest. There's not a lot of men like that. Some just be like, look, you're going to get what you got and be happy with it. No,
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I think the fuck not.
Right. That part.
Um,
It is a lot of
because
misses of
what happened?
Gina is in the chat.
Not Mister off Color Purple. Hey Gina, girl, where was you at Tuesday? We missed you.
Hey
Where was you
Gina.
at Tuesday, woman? Um, but there are a lot of ways or a lot of things, and I got a video um that I'm gonna show here shortly. But it also helps us to understand like some of the other effects of performance anxiety. Here we
Like
go.
if I can't get back hard, I'm eating. If that don't work, we passionately kissing. If that don't work, bitch, I'm getting.
Beloved. Let's take a deep dive on this. So, erectile dysfunction, performance anxiety, whatever you want to call it, is caused by a multitude of reasons. You eating a lot of foods that are high in fat, high in cholesterol, the bad fat at that, and little to no fiber. Secondly, you're under a lot of stress, anxiety, or you're dealing with hormonal imbalances. And lastly, it comes back to diet. So you're either dealing with some type of cardiovascular disease like a high blood pressure or diabetes or any other cardiovascular issue that is causing you to have blood flow issues. Here are a couple supplements that you can add to your diet to make sure that this does not happen to you. First up, we got beet juice. Y'all know my pride and joy. I love it. I stand by it. I guarantee it. I drink it every day, sometimes twice a day on Sundays. Not only are beets good for cardiovascular health, but they help to widen and dilate our blood vessels, allowing more oxygen to pass through to our genital areas. This is important for a longer and stronger erection. Next up, Tongkat Ali. So Tongkat Ali is one of the best herbs that men can take because it helps with infertility issues and it also helps boost testosterone, which can increase libido. And last, but certainly not least, we have ashwagandha. Ashwagandha helps to relax the nervous system, which can reduce stress and also increase our sex drive. Fellas, let's step it up and keep it up.
That Ashawanda, baby.
Now
I was
listen.
with him until he mispronounced
Hello, I
ashwagandha.
was getting ready to say the same thing. I was like, now
Ashawanda.
He said
you ask
No,
for
sir.
Wanda.
You gotta ask
No,
LaWanda.
Ask
Listen.
LaWanda.
right.
Hey, Auntie
What?
Joy.
Hey, Auntie
Hi,
Joy.
y'all.
Yeah. Yep. I was paying attention until he said the word
He said
incorrectly. Then
that
I was like,
wrong.
wait a minute.
Like,
Yeah, he lost me too.
Right, right. Now
And
I'm
then
that
I see Leo's
Still
face
rocking
was like,
with him.
and
for
it
real
that
though.
further. I'm
That
further
Tonka
this
Ali does work. That Tonka Ali does work.
Now, what's Tonka Ali? I haven't heard of that. I've heard, yeah, I haven't heard of that. So what's that?
You could actually get it from like the vitamin shop and stuff like that. And like you said,
Mhm.
it's like a it increases your libido.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it works. It works.
Okay.
It
Mhm.
really works.
Keep that in the mental
All
for
right,
the
Auntie
future of
Shell,
the
that's
Mm-hmm.
a word for it. What's it called again? Say it again.
Tonka Ali.
Ali.
T O
Type it.
N
Type it
T O
in the
N
chat,
G.
I'm
somebody.
finna type it in the thing.
Ali.
Yeah, yeah.
TONGKATALI.
Right.
Okay.
That's Muhammad Ali's other daughter.
Okay.
Um,
That is
That's
it.
it. That's it right there. Yeah. Tonka Ali.
I was over here when he said beet juice. I was like, oh, okay, let me go
Mm-hmm.
over here. I
Yep.
sure got on Amazon. Like, hold on, let me see if I can. Because I actually had like a beet juice thing in my cart. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay, let me get back over here and put that on Prime so it can show up
Yeah,
tomorrow.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, beet juice is really, really that's really healthy in so many different ways. I hate
Hmm.
the way
It
it
is.
tastes. Okay.
Beaches is good. See, I
I
Yeah,
love
actually mixed it in my
you
I
gotta
used to mix
finesse
it
it.
in my smoothies to help
Mm-hmm.
with just whatever it's supposed to help with. But I used to mix it in my smoothies.
I got
Uh,
a juicer guy who makes them. And he makes them at my mom's church, so they all are named like after different like kind of biblical references. So
Okay.
this particular one, the beet one, because it's so strong and because of all of the additives and the things that it does, it's called the blood of Jesus.
okay.
And it's good though. Like I can drink it, like, but you could like you got to drink that thing straight down because the after effect of the beet will eventually hit you, and you like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
When I
So
used
it's
to,
kind of like black seed oil. You know, black seed oil
Yes.
stays showing all day.
After I
Don't
do
like
black
that.
seed oil, I have to drink like a whole bottle or two of water, some coffee, some tea, something. I got to get that up out of there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When you juice the beets with sweet potato, it
Mm.
takes that flavor out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, because I do plan on
Mm-hmm.
getting me a juicer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet
Yep.
potato.
That even sounded like it might taste really good.
Didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sweet
It
I
takes
potato,
think
takes
it's like
that
I'm gonna roast
pineapple.
some beets and sweet potato
right. It
together,
takes
and
that
see what
earthy out of it.
that tastes like.
Be
I like
bothered.
beets though. I can eat beets raw, so I don't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
What? I've
What?
never. She said
Golden
she
beets
eat
too.
beets raw.
Golden beets are really good.
Okay, girl.
Boy, you real earthy.
Yeah,
That's
Right?
one of them like.
I am. Bro.
But Joy does have Joy is that one that she get excited about talking about certain stuff, and I'm like, yes, girl, talk about all the things. Tell me what I need to be adding to my diet. Like,
Right.
oh, matter of fact, I need to go back and steal all them supplements that you posted that day, so I
Girl.
can put them in my
No,
cart.
it's the supplements. I
Because
need
I
to
got a
go
whole thing. I got a whole thing of supplements.
just be careful about the brands. That's why I shared
Yeah.
the brands. Because
Yep.
everything's not, you can take them and your body's not going to use them if it's not bioavailable.
Mm.
So if you're going to spend money on supplements, just make sure it's a good.
I be
Okay,
trying to
because
look
I always
through 'em
wondered
to make
that.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make sure it's a good brand. And then there's certain stuff you can't take together, like iron and calcium, they compete. And so they need to be taken at least 4 hours apart. So when you look at your supplements, if they have iron and calcium, like in your multivitamin, if it's iron and calcium and they're together, don't take that.
That's good to know.
Okay.
That's good
And
to know.
ashwagandha isn't good for people with high blood pressure. That's one of the things that I did learn.
Is that right?
You got to be careful.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because ashwagandha actually it gets you going, it gets your motor going, and so
Yeah.
if you already got high blood pressure and your heart gets to pumping and pumping and it's having that's not good for your blood pressure.
Oh wow.
I know that my sister told me that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, so I had to scale back on taking it a little bit. I had to scale back on taking ashwagandha anyway, because it had me in the wrong state of being.
Out here trying to hump a tree.
Listen,
Trying to hump a tree.
in the wrong places. I used to work for the Army.
I love ashwagandha though.
I used to work for the Army, and I used to be like, I gotta go home.
She said it got real. Really real.
You talk about grieving. You talk about you
in them uniforms, you over there like
grieving the dick that you didn't get today.
Man, Auntie, that's a real thing though. That's a real thing.
It is.
Sliding down the wall and shit.
Right.
Like, sir, why your pants so tight?
Yeah.
And it used to be some of the cutest, and they used to be so chocolatey, and I used to be like, sir, go away. Please hurry up, get your papers off my desk.
Right.
Please get your papers off my desk and keep walking. Please hurry up.
Like, are you still standing here?
Listen,
but look, walk away, but I'm gonna watch you.
Hello.
Right.
That part.
And they used to be standing there talking to me, and it used to be two of them. They'll walk through there smelling all good. I used to
hey.
And then that lingers after they leave.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, lingering. And then they be standing there cracking jokes. They cute, funny, dark skin. Sir, go away.
And you got benefits because you're in the Army. Lord have mercy.
Not the benefits. Not the benefits made you.
Look, that's important.
Everything made me moist. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. That's right.
And you know how to shoot a gun.
You're so protective.
Okay.
Right. You do more things at 5 a.m. than anybody do all day.
Most people do all day.
You know how to make a bed, honey.
Right. Come on, Joy.
You don't know how to make a bed.
Bounce that quarter off of me,
Hello.
not the bed.
Right.
Because what? Listen, let's put that VA loan to use then.
Yes.
Hello, right.
Oh, 'cause what are we doing? But yeah, that was some good tips that he gave too. Like just recognizing what we need to do in order to prevent some of
Yeah.
those things, and not just sexual anxiety, but anxiety overall. Like the right supplements help with that. Like
Right.
I can definitely tell when my vitamin D levels are low, no pun intended. And my B
Because I'm real low.
listen, no, that's why I said no pun intended. But also my B12, my vitamin B levels are low, and I can always tell I'll drag ass when my levels are low. And
Yeah.
so
Women burn
Yeah.
through B vitamins. Like it's important to take B vitamins and vitamin
listen,
D too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Especially black
the
women.
mega vitamin D tablet. I got the 50,000 units. Okay,
Right.
What's mine? Mine
get
right
run
here.
it.
How much is mine?
Probably
You need at
50,000
least-
if
you need at least
it's
5,000.
Yeah,
prescribed.
mine is the 50,000 unit.
I was about to say if it's prescribed, it's probably 50,000 because you
It's
can't get
definitely
that
50,000.
over the counter.
They was like, girl, no, you need to increase this vitamin D. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most
So
black
trying to
people
supplement.
are
increase my
deficient.
vitamin D, but it just she was talking about the pills.
Yeah. When we get outside, going outside, and that also helps to increase vitamin D. That's why I love the spring and summer because I can get all the sunshine.
Yeah.
And my house
Yeah.
doesn't get a lot of natural light. So I have to go outside because I can come in here and close my door and not even know what time it is outside. Plus, in my room, I got blackout curtains.
Yeah.
So I could be in here all day and not even know, like, unless I look at the clock, I don't know what outside look like.
Right.
That's
So,
hard on your mental health.
and
And
even
low
at
vitamin-
work.
Yeah.
Go ahead, boo.
I was gonna say low vitamin D levels, like those symptoms can mimic depression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Stress and
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it causes other it causes like achy bones and all this other kind of stuff. It causes a lot of stuff in our bodies that we don't necessarily pay attention to. So your health is a priority, and that's what I actually talked about today at work, making your health a priority, but also your diet, what we eating, how we're eating, what we're eating
Right.
is also a big thing too. Like he said, your diet can make a big difference in how you show up, how you're if you do have depression and regular anxiety, that it can make a difference too. Your diet can make you be even more anxious, even more depressed. So we got to be mindful of those things. Like lately, I don't want to eat nothing that's not. I've been real particular lately. I've been very, very particular. And like I've been cutting out a lot of stuff because I'm like, I just want to feel better. Not to say that I don't feel good, but I want to be able to, I need a little more spring in my step. I be walking like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you dragging ass. That's what I be feeling sometimes.
slide,
My ass.
Exactly
Like-
that part.
like you got slide some oil to me. You got to put a little oil on these bones.
Yeah.
But that also comes from my vitamin D levels being low. So I am achy. It does hurt a little bit more when I'm in motion and moving. And so I'll be like, Lord. And so I've been real intentional about my diet, but also trying to implement that movement consistently. Because I've had sedentary jobs. Like I was doing Uber and Lyft. So I wasn't walking around. I wasn't doing nothing. So now I be walking around that daycare center all the time. Like, let me get all the steps in. Let me get all the movement. I be going outside with them kids. Let me get the sun and the movement because I need both. But that really plays a part in how we show up sexually, even for the women. Because don't think this is about just the men. Like, our diet makes a big difference. Our diet makes a difference in how old girl flow.
But I was about to say, the pH balance.
How she smells.
Both parties. That's both parties. Because your diet can be on point. And if your partner's is not.
Yeah. That can mess up your pH balance too.
Throwing you off every time.
So making sure that you eating right. And let me tell y'all one thing. Because I'm so tired of hearing grown people say, I don't like water.
Don't get me started, Auntie Leo. That pisses me off. Don't like
Yeah.
water or vegetables. Like, how are you going through life not drinking water and
Right.
eating your vegetables?
Yep.
Cut it out. And when I say vegetables, I don't mean corn, peas, and carrots. I mean kale, collard greens, Brussels
Yeah.
sprouts, asparagus,
Come on now.
vegetables.
First of
Right.
all, if you give me some peas, we gonna have to tussle. Because
We
what
gonna
are these
fight.
peas
Come
doing
on,
on my plate? What are these peas doing on my plate? Unless it's in a stir fry, don't give me no
I
peas.
about to say it better be mixed.
I don't even want them in
Listen,
that. I don't want none of them. Just keep it.
Mm.
don't give me no peas just because you wanted to give me some peas.
Is it like the
But
green peas or just any
Yeah, the
peas?
green peas. Not
Okay.
like I got
Yeah,
these
green
little
peas.
green round.
Oh, baby, listen.
Oh,
Now you can give me some black eyed peas all
I would
day.
eat
We gonna
like
go
that too.
in.
Okay.
As an adult,
Speaking
I
of
will.
which,
Ooh.
Yeah.
I might make me some this weekend with a little spaghetti.
Coming to
Cause
your house.
listen,
I'm coming over.
Coming to your
a
house.
little
I know. Look,
spaghetti. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go buy some grilled chicken and then probably do a little spaghetti,
Coming to
Okay.
your
That
house.
a
sounds
little black eyed
good.
pea, a little green or something. But I really like that's my favorite thing to eat is beans though. I
I
love me some
love
lima
beans
beans.
too. I know I
I
can't do
love me
beans.
some black eyed peas. I love me some good old beans.
Yeah.
I
Um,
like beans too. I wish I loved lima beans, but I can't quite.
I,
listen,
I
I
like
baby,
the
can
them
I
lima
like
do
the
lima
baby
beans,
beans. They
ones,
just
not
the
the
have to be
baby
fat
like
lima
ones. I
beans.
The
like the
baby
baby
one.
ones.
yeah, they gotta be the baby and they gotta be like mixed. They gotta be like stuffed with it, like rice
Yeah.
and something
Mm-hmm.
for me to do
Yeah.
it.
Nope.
Yeah.
People think I'm weird.
Mm.
People think
Not
I'm
for
weird.
me.
And you
People
know
think I'm
what
weird 'cause I
else?
like lentil soup.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love.
that's really good.
I
Mm-hmm.
love me some lentil soup.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
I like black bean soup too.
Mm-hmm. That's good too.
Um, but those things that you have in your diet regularly, like I said, beans and all of those things that help your body to stay regulated. Because some of us don't even go to the bathroom regularly, and I don't mean just urinating. We
Yeah.
don't even go to the bathroom regularly, so we don't even know what it's supposed to look like
Yeah.
or what it's supposed to. Our bodies are supposed to feel like when we go regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, Ramita, I'm gonna
Mm.
make you some lima beans then when I
Some
go.
of us are literally full of
When I
shit.
make some. But our diet really does play a big part in how we show up
Has battery acid in
mentally.
their veins.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Also, fellas, if you're not drinking enough water, your
Yeah, that's what I was
semen
about to
is
say.
gonna
Back
be
to the
thick,
water.
and it's
Your
gonna be
semen
gross.
gonna
If
be
you're not
thick.
drinking enough water, not eating right, your semen's gonna be thick and it's gonna be gross. And who
It's gonna
wants to do
taste
it?
nasty
Not us. We don't want it.
and it's gonna throw off her pH.
Yes, stop. And probiotics, good gut health is
Mm-hmm.
also so
Yes.
closely related to mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And they got them
Yes.
in gummies now. There's no
Oh, don't eat
excuse.
them in gummies.
Don't eat gummies.
No,
Don't eat
you
the
need a
gummies.
good like
Gummies got too much
refrigerated
sugar in
pill
them.
or powder. Yeah, it
Wow.
almost cancels it out.
Because they got too
Really?
much sugar in the gummies.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
yeah. You got to be careful with
Well,
sugar.
I
Sugar
tried to help
depresses.
y'all. They
Sugar
She
actually
said, well,
will depress your
Just
immune
do
system for
something,
4
man. Do
hours. Every
something.
time you eat sugar, it depresses your immune system by 80% for 4 hours.
Oh wow.
mhm. So
Suppress. Mm-hmm.
reducing that soda that you drink, the juices that you drink. Like I realized I haven't had like I drank a soda yesterday because I ordered food. But outside of that, prior to yesterday, I haven't had soda in a long time. And y'all know how I love me a good ginger ale. So
Yeah.
for me not to be over here drinking ginger, it's gotta be some
And it's
real
like
work being
everything in
done.
moderation, right? Like you
Right.
said, you ain't had it in a while. But yesterday you had you a soda, and that's
Hmm
cool.
Yeah.
But like drinking, all you drinking soda all day, you drinking 3, 4, 5 every day, and
Mm-mm.
you know,
And you don't drink no water. I mean, even scaling back and not drinking 3, 4, 5 a day, but you drink 2 a day, and then you
right?
substitute that third and fourth one, a little tea, a little juice,
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of doing all of the soda, because not only is that bad for like your gut, it's bad for your teeth, it's
mm-hmm.
bad for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things, and so it's bad for your sugar levels.
The
But
skin.
implementing all of that, but implementing some of the additional things will also help you to be able to perform. It'll help you to be able to show up. And then
Mhm.
what they say, that thing be hard like rock wilder.
Okay.
You could be
Mhm.
in there strong, buddy, and
Yes.
last long.
Strong and long.
Especially when,
Yep.
Strong like
listen,
bull.
strong and long. Right.
Mhm.
Strong like bull.
Strong like bull.
You can
So,
show
like,
up.
Mhm.
You can show up and you perform. And then a
Mhm.
lot of those things with that mental anxiety will subside, and so you can actually show up and you can perform. And that's not just for men, ladies. We have to be mindful of our vitamin intake, all of those kind of things too,
Yeah.
because we can't perform neither if old girl ain't trying to show up. She like, I got bills on my mind, I got all of
Yeah.
these other things on my brain. And then on top of that, all I ate for the last 6 months is takeout.
Mm.
Girl, and then let me tell y'all something. Let me say this. I don't have nothing against the air fryer. Okay. I promise you I don't.
Mhm.
But stop putting every goddamn thing in the air fryer.
that
Mhm.
part.
Broil you a little something. Bake you a
Yeah.
little something.
Make you look
My air
grill a
fryer
little
got the
something.
baking setting. My air fryer got a bake setting, but I still throw my shit in the oven
Right.
because it's a different type of thing that's happening in that air fryer. And a lot of the stuff we use takes a chemical process. And so it's going to change how that food affects our bodies, how it affects our
Mhm.
minds. So stop throwing every goddamn thing in the damn air fryer. Get you a little George Foreman grill. Do
Yeah.
something. If you just really don't fuck with the stove, get you a George Foreman grill. Get you something else that will assist you. Stop putting everything in the fucking microwave. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Mhm.
All of those things affect our bodies, and
Get
so
you an
we
instant pot.
something.
Yeah.
And even with those things, like, we need to be mindful of our water intake.
Yeah.
Our water intake is even the more important because we got all of the other things that happen. We got cycles, and
Oh,
it's so many women that deal with extreme cycle issues and things like that. We don't even
Yeah.
be drinking water.
Right.
Water will help with some of that. Like, not saying
That's
y'all don't
true.
be in pain, cause I don't get cramps, so I don't know y'all pain like that. For those that do,
I love that for you.
but
I
That
listen,
probably
mean,
means
I
your
bless
uterus is in a
you.
really good position and your muscles are
Amen.
nourished really well.
For
That's
you, girl.
listen, I don't get the cramps. Like,
Yeah.
and but baby, during that time, you can bake a cake on my nipples, okay? Just
Wow.
warm and toasty, okay? I be so mad.
Wow.
I be like, anybody want to warm up a honey bun?
Mhm. That's interesting.
Girl,
I have not. I don't think I've
listen,
heard of that PMS. I know like sore breasts, sore nipples, but warm
they be
nipples.
warm, okay? They
Really?
be a little sore, but they be so warm. I be like, bruh, can
My
we?
nipples haven't gotten warm, but my body would get like
Yeah,
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an internal heat.
Mm.
Right, bombastic side eye.
That's
For that.
Exactly.
side eye. But you know what? For the people that struggle really deeply, like with cramps, well, I think all women should be taking magnesium, a really good magnesium supplement. But if you have severe cramps, there's something called a Maya abdominal massage,
Mhm.
and
I
it's
got check.
external. Yeah,
I
it's
need it.
external. Hold on.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, and it helps to like right the position of your uterus. So a lot of our uteruses are like retroflexed and like bent and
Mine is
twisted.
tilted. I know what you
Yep.
mean.
And so it'll like
Yeah.
go in there and write it. And if you have a good practitioner, they should show you how to do like maintenance in between your massages to keep
Mm.
your uterus in a
That's
good
pretty
position.
good.
That's some good stuff.
You know, this is what I
Now,
do.
Mhm.
can you go to your OBGYN to help with that, or can you go to any like practitioner?
No, you need a practitioner that's better. So this is like old school
Old school
ancient.
medicine. Okay.
Yeah, this OBs don't know none of this. Half the stuff I'm gonna tell y'all OBs don't know. They don't.
And that's what I was gonna say too. We gonna do a whole month with Auntie Joy kind of giving us the lead on those kind of things,
Good.
because a lot of us be needing information that we not gonna get from our some of our mothers don't know, grandmothers don't know, or some of the things that our mothers and grandmothers know, we take it for granted and think that they just talking out the side of their goddamn
Mm.
But
neck.
sometimes it don't be making no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
So my grandmother
They
used
like
to tell
folk
me,
tales.
yeah, what was my grandmother's actually distant cousin. She was my grandmother's first cousin. Anyway, after I had my son, I was 17 when I gave birth to him. When I was pregnant, I was wearing like 6-inch heels. And then after I had him, I went back to church like 2 weeks later. And she was like, "Your uterus is gonna fall out." She told, well, she's like your insides. That's what she called it. And I was like, "What? What? That don't make no sense." Knowing what I know now, I threw all my heels away. I don't even wear them. I have like a cup, like 2 pair, like nothing, but
Mm.
I don't. It's not worth it. The wear and tear on your pelvic floor and your body.
Oh, for wearing heels.
Mm-hmm. Especially if
see,
you have babies. If you carry babies in your body, it ain't worth it.
damn.
Mm.
And see, like my mama used to tell like people, one of the things that people used to think my mama was insane for this little tidbit that she used to tell people. And they used to be like, how does that even make sense? But then the people who did it, they would be like, Miss A, you know that shit really worked. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My mom used to tell people about when they had babies and they got to the age where they're teething, that they would take an egg,
Yeah.
a raw egg, and write the baby's name on it, lengthwise all the way around until you can't see it no more, and then this way all the way around until you can't see it no more,
Mm-hmm.
and put it in one of the baby's socks and
Mm-hmm.
hang it over the door that the baby goes through the most.
Yeah.
My mama had 5 kids. None of us ever got fevers, never really had to deal with all of the stuff that comes with teething. And my mama used to say, like, when we got to the teething age, we never had to deal with those issues. And
Yeah.
then the other thing is that she was like, shit, I'll turn around and y'all got teeth in y'all mouth, and I wouldn't know
Mm-hmm.
because of, the little thing. And I was like, girl, what kind of
Yep.
I wish I'd known that little nugget.
hoodoo,
Yeah.
voodoo?
Especially with this
And
last
that's what everybody used to say. That don't even sound. That sound
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Listen,
My
and I
hoodoo
used to tell
voodoo.
people. I used to tell people the same thing. Like, well, it worked for my mama.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It
Mm.
does work because my kid's father, his grandmother said the same thing, and I thought it was the most ridiculous thing she ever said in her life. But she was like, "You do as you know." She was real tall, but she was real stern. You do as I tell you. So I did it, right? And like you said, no problem at all for both babies because I did it. So I'm like, I'm gonna do
Girl,
what
and
she
I used to
tell
be
me.
like,
I'm sorry.
yeah, and that's why I say anybody who don't want to be around elders, something is wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah,
I feel
that
like something is
They
wrong with
know
you when you
stuff.
do not want to interact with the elders.
Yep.
Because
I
baby,
know
them
that.
elders,
I
regardless
love
of,
me an elder
all of
that's
the
gonna
other
tell
stuff,
all the secrets. Tell me, I will sit at
listen,
your feet.
somebody
Yeah.
want to share their grandma with me? Because
Listen.
Yeah.
I want to know all the things. But
Ooh, I have
kind
an
of,
older cousin. She lives in Chicago. She's like my favorite. Her name is Ethel May. She's like one of my favorite people ever. I really need to just drive up and sit with her.
that's
Like
a
I want to
name.
do like a retreat with her because she is an elder that is she gonna spill the tea in the sense of like this
Give
is all the wisdom that I've gained over the years. Like she wants you to have it. And I
Mm-hmm.
just want to do like a retreat where she comes and just like, or we go to her. I don't know, and she just
Let's get it.
tells
Yeah.
us all the things. I'm gonna call her and ask her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably just go sit with her,
Cause
she'll feed us, and tell us all the things.
listen, and y'all know I love a good pull up. Okay.
Okay.
We on our way, Auntie Ethel May. We is on our way. Okay.
Right. That
Even the
part.
name say she got wisdom.
Listen,
The
she
name,
is.
okay. The
I
name
mean,
says there's some wisdom up in there.
dripping,
There's
dripping.
some wisdom up in
Mm-hmm.
there. But kind of veering back, because we didn't get off topic, but kind of veering back
Yeah.
around.
Rabbit hole.
All of the things that we talked about and all the things we just said, like all of that is necessary for like some really good sexual health. Because one of the things that a lot of us don't recognize is how our everyday life plays into our sexual side. It'd be like, and even the fact that we don't desire it as much is part of not having a balanced diet, not having balanced mental health, having too much stress, too much worry. Not saying you gotta be out here humping like a rabbit, but if you're not really desiring it and you haven't desired it in a while, and like you
Yeah.
usually just be like, every once in a while you get the little fever and you want a little something. But if you haven't had it in a while, yes, baby, listen. Fever in the morning. Fever all through the night.
Song will be stuck in my head the rest of the night.
Right. I'm gonna be humming it and everything.
Random.
But those are some of the symptoms and signs that you need to be more mindful of your body and pay attention to what's going on with your body. Switch up some things instead of always going to McDonald's. First of all, I don't even know why people still eat McDonald's. I don't even know why
I was
people
about
go
to say,
there. Like, McDonald's is trash. And the line still be wrapped. Like, the line is
it's
still
24
wrapped.
hours, it's convenience, and it's cheap.
And it's cheap. It is.
It's disgusting. It's
disgusting.
also what it is. But if that's what you always do, that's what you always eat it. And I don't even think McDonald's have salads no more. Like, they used to have salads. They used to have healthier things.
They
I don't
still
think
have
so.
salads.
I'm about to say, I don't think so. I ain't been to
I
McDonald's in a
think
while.
the healthiest thing on their menu is the salads, and then they have oatmeal or something like that. I'm probably like the two like healthy things. But the crazy thing about McDonald's is
oatmeal from McDonald's.
Oatmeal ain't even really healthy though. I mean, never mind. I'm gonna get off my soapbox.
No, you're good. You're good. The craziest thing about McDonald's though is it's just like that here. That's not how it is everywhere else.
That part.
That's not how it is everywhere else. They are in other countries where they have farms, like literally have farms, and they're farming their food and they're making it fresh there at those McDonald's.
Yeah. America has the worst fucking food when it comes to fast food restaurants. When it comes to schools. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. When it comes to schools, when it comes to all of those things, but like the food is trash all the way around. And a lot of times we try to talk about like America being like this amazing place and all of this greatness. But like America is really killing us because of the fact that they want to make money through big pharma and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why like a lot of people are dying, because all of our food got a bunch of bullshit in it. Yep. It's filled with toxins, additives, and preservatives. Yeah. Absolutely. So try to make sure that you're eating fresher things, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. Hell, get you a little bag out of the refrigerator section of some carrots and munch on it. Something.
Go to the farmers market.
A little broccoli.
There's farmers markets.
Yes. Yeah, the farmers market.
This is that time of the year.
Area you in, there's farmers market.
And you can spend your snap at the farmers market or whatever it's called. Your snap, your link, whatever.
Yep.
Out by me, there's several farms, like actual farms, and they typically open like around this season, and you just go there and you farm your own stuff. You pick your own stuff, and it's way cheaper than if I was to go into the grocery store.
At the store.
So I go like every 2 weeks. Once they open, I'm every 2 weeks going in there, picking my greens, picking my all my cucumber, all my stuff. I'm picking everything about them.
Yeah. And also, awesome. if you don't know or choose to go to farmers markets, Aldi is a really good place to go to get high quality, low cost like goods.
And that is true.
Because Aldi has taken a lot of the preservatives and additives and toxins out of their products. And so a lot of people be like, a lot of people know I love me some Aldi. First of all, because Aldi doesn't keep stuff, they get delivered fresh every day. So whatever they don't have, if you go in there at the end of the night, whatever they don't have, they're gonna have it tomorrow because they get a new delivery. They don't have a stock room in the back where they can go back there and get extra stuff. No, they get stuff delivered every day. And so that was one of the things I learned. And I was like, the fuck? Okay, all these, because sometimes that's in there, and sometimes that they have good stuff. Because even though like you might go in there shopping and you see this stuff that molded, it's because it's fresh. It didn't been in there a couple days, so it's gonna do what it do. But and also if something
it molded, so it ain't full of preservatives.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So it's fresh. It ain't jacked up or disgusting. But
Your
also
tomato should not be lasting for 3 weeks.
Listen.
That part.
Okay.
But also, if you do get a product and you don't see that it's like it might have mold on it, and you don't see it, you could take it back and get another one. They don't ask for receipts. You could take it back, switch it out. So just some tidbits of information to help y'all get them things thangin', okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Get them things thangin', making sure that y'all have all of the quality eats and treats and all of that good stuff in your system. Because if you're not getting the good stuff in your system, then what is you really doing? You are setting yourself up for failure. And don't nobody want to live a life where they can't have no good butt naked sex.
Right.
That part.
Okay.
Right.
And if you have to leave your socks on, that's fine.
She said, if you got to leave your socks on.
A tidbit of information about socks. Socks help to intensify the orgasm. What a lot of people don't know. Because what you say? You can't keep on socks on T-Shell?
Hell no.
I can't either. But I'm interested
socks
in how
help
this
to
works.
intensify because the heat escapes from your extremities, your head and your feet. If you keep your socks on, it keeps that heat from escaping, and it's kind of like moving through your body, so it helps to intensify the orgasm.
Right, but if it's really
you know what else helps intensify the orgasm?
Everything.
If your toe is in his mouth at that time. So
Listen,
I'm gonna go ahead and take my sock off.
Hey, I'm not against none of the things, but I'm definitely gonna put some long thigh socks on, and make it do what it do.
Not the long thigh socks too. I still gotta get my thigh socks.
Thigh socks, knee socks. I love a good knee sock. I
want some thigh socks. I saw those big thigh socks.
The thunder thigh. I got some, and they cute, girl.
When they stay up, they roll down. I don't want to buy these if they roll down my legs.
They have a garter. The garter that goes around the top.
Okay.
So they'll stay up. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all.
They got 60% off now. Just if y'all didn't want
to know. Put the link in the chat.
They got them on shopbluekitty.com. Use code Big Purr.
Big Purr.
BIGPUR.
Look, I'm gonna write this down. Take notes in my notebook.
BlueKitty.com.
Put it in the chat, Grill.
Yep. I'm gonna put it in here now.
I want some, but I don't think I'm gonna wear on the bed.
Oh no, I don't wear socks to bed. I can't even really wear anything to bed. Like, like people be talking about they got on a shirt and bottoms. If I got on bottoms, I ain't got on no shirt. If I got on a shirt, I ain't got on no bottom.
Right.
I don't want nothing, but
it gotta be a balance.
Right. Yeah. Naked.
You gotta be naked. Some balance.
I'm with you when you right, Auntie Cheryl.
Listen, I ain't mad at that neither. That too. But I also, like, if I do sleep naked, I cover up with a sheet, and it got to cover from here to my knee. I can't have my feet covered. I can't have my arms covered. I'm a full-blown weirdo when it comes
something got to come out.
Yeah, I got to have like
a leg or a foot out.
Yeah, it's usually my
I got to have both legs out and both arms out. So I'm covered just midway.
I want to be so wrapped up. And don't let me get a good weighted blanket.
That's what I do.
Don't wrap me up unless it's wintertime
outside.
Out of
and
that.
I still got it on. I still got a weighted blanket on.
Now?
Don't wrap me up unless it's wintertime.
But that helps with anxiety too, though. Weighted blanket.
Weighted blanket.
Yeah. I'm
it does make you feel cuddled.
I need just a little, like, feels like a hug.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A little
Mhm.
pressure on my
Especially when it's a good one. Because I had a weighted blanket once and it was just heavy.
body.
I was
Yeah.
like, now y'all didn't put no love into this.
Right.
And
Well,
then
good.
I ended up getting another one and it was so soft and it was
Yes.
heavy at the same time. I said, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I lost my weighted blanket, but you know.
I didn't know about weighted blankets until I used to date this fireman, and he had a weighted
Oh,
blanket,
fireman.
Hello.
and he had a weighted blanket, and he used to sleep with the sleep mask. Now I can't sleep with no sleep mask,
No,
cause
No.
What you mean?
because if I wake up,
Like
over
the
I
my
need
eyes,
to
I
be
can't see
ready.
nothing. I'm okay.
No, I can't have it.
Oh.
I can't sleep in no sleep mask. I be scared when I wash my face in the shower. So soon as I close my eyes and wash my face, I gotta hurry
You
up.
gotta hurry up.
Because somebody moving. It's somebody moving. It's something right here. But that weighted blanket, baby. I'll never sleep in a man's house who got a weighted blanket, okay?
Really?
Because
And
you was
leave.
not about to catch me in
You was
here.
trying to stay.
You're not
Cause
about to
mama,
catch me.
Nah, man.
girl will have you slobbering on
I'm
them.
trying to tell you.
Listen,
Baby, I was so
live your
embarrassed because
best life.
listen, I went to that man's house and he was still at work. And I went to sleep and put that weighted blanket on, baby. He was in there cracking all the jokes the next morning. I was like, so you know what? This environment isn't conducive for me, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna go.
She said it ain't safe.
Like,
It's not safe here.
That's too funny.
it's not safe here because why would you tell me to sleep under the weighted blanket and crack jokes because I was in here peeling paint off the walls? Why?
Mm.
Listen, I
Why
don't
would
even
you
care
do that?
about
So,
You should have took it with you. Like, just for that, I'm
Right.
taking this with
right.
Give me this
Right.
motherfucking blanket.
And then it'd be hard to get up out that thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had to stop. I did stop sleeping with mine because I could probably do it now. But when I was pregnant with my youngest, I woke up and I'm like, I can't. I had to pee. And, pregnant, you gotta pee. Like, it's
Yes.
serious. Especially you've been asleep. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't get up. Like, my body was so relaxed. I'm hitting him talking about help. You gotta move. This whole bed about to be
Yeah,
moved. Like,
man.
This bed about to be a water bed, bruh.
Yeah.
I was stuck.
No, but a weighted blanket after good sex?
Woo! Now you talking.
Man.
I wonder do they got weighted sheets? That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, it would,
Might
right?
be a game changer.
About
A
to Google.
weighted sheet
Right.
because everybody can't sleep under blankets because they be sweaty and hot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
bruh,
yeah.
throw that little sheet on me that give me a little weight. Oh, that might be
Mhm.
some shit for your ass.
Yeah.
Right. And then let me go ahead and get that in motion just in case it ain't such thing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Because, of course, Amazon got shit. So it's called a cooling weighted sheet.
Oh.
Oh,
Bitch.
I like it.
Come on, drop that link.
Hold on. Let me double check. 'Cause you'll Google some stuff and Amazon be like, yeah, we got it. And you click on it. It be like,
Right, right.
so let me, hold on.
Do your research.
But if you find it, put it in there because I want it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would sleep under a weighted sheet, not necessarily a weighted blanket.
Right, right.
Now a weighted sheet technically ain't a blanket because it would still be a sheet.
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
be lighter, but just have the weight
A little
on
bit
it.
of a
So
weight.
that
Wait, yeah.
a little
Okay, so
weight,
that's
yeah, so
okay.
that you
So
can
that's
still
what
get
this
to
is.
sleep.
They call it a blanket, a weighted blanket, but they saying that it's cooling and it's breathable and it is very light. Like this doesn't look. You know how most weighted look thick.
Yeah,
This doesn't
It
look
yeah.
look
thick at
thick.
all. It's super light,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
that's what
super
I
light
need.
looking, but it's
Oh,
weighted
Lord.
and it's
They
cool.
got like weighted hoodies and stuff now. I know. Like,
Do
Yeah, they
they?
got weighted vests and everything.
Do
Yeah,
they got a weighted hoodie?
yeah.
I want
one of the
that.
girls
in
at
my
work,
Let me put this in there.
she makes weighted teddy bears
Mm.
Oh,
and
Weighted
stuff
teddy
like that for the babies. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like the kids that have a hard time going to sleep, putting the weighted teddy bear on their backs or something like that while they're
Yeah.
sleeping.
Lord, I need that for Iris.
So
Oh, wow.
So she started doing those. I was like, oh, that's
That's some
smart.
good
That's a
stuff.
real
Good
smart
stuff.
thing. And then just a lot of those different things gonna end up helping y'all. Like y'all probably like, what do this have to do with the topic? Everything,
It do.
Everything.
It do. It do.
everything,
We're giving you
because it's gonna
preventative
help with your
measures.
mental health. Right, it's gonna help with your mental health. It's gonna help with your sleep. And what a lot of people don't understand, sleep, accurate, adequate sleep
Man.
helps with
Change
your
the
mental
whole
health, your
life.
cardiovascular health, your
Yeah.
sexual health. It helps with everything all the way around. That's
Yep.
why when Auntie got off work today, she thought she was gonna go to the carnival, go clean out her car, come home and do some
Mhm.
shit. Auntie came home, ate, and took a nap.
Yeah.
Right? And the only reason I woke up from that nap, we probably wouldn't even be doing this show if my phone didn't ring. Okay.
Mm. Good. I love
When
that
y'all
for
sent
you.
that message, it was like, is we recording tonight? Auntie hadn't even prepared the link for today. I was like, oh Lord, hold on. I prepared that shit with one eye on my way to the bathroom. I was like, Lord, I almost forgot I was about to be asleep. But sleep helps with everything. It helps with you being able to interact with people.
Mhm.
Because some of y'all are assholes because y'all sleepy.
And
Y'all
horny.
think y'all
Hungry.
just
Sleepy and
Mhm.
hungry.
And
Yep,
Yep.
horny.
y'all just think y'all
And horny.
assholes. No, you an asshole
Yeah.
because you sleepy, horny.
Mhm.
I mean, not horny because you sleepy and hungry.
I'm sleepy
Curvy
and
cake
horny.
on Instagram. Right, that too. Curvy cake on Instagram says she takes vitamin D to 50,000, a B12 shot weekly, and she takes B1 because they all low.
Mhm.
A good old B complex Designs for Health has a really good B complex. And it's got all the B's. The comprehensive.
Mhm.
And I did
I
just
take
start
2 a
taking
day.
magnesium, Joy, simply because one of my good girlfriends, Miss Kiki Janae, she told me how like taking the magnesium helps to absorb the
Mhm.
other vitamins that you're taking for, like because I take the vitamin D and she like, do you have magnesium? And I'm like, nah, ain't that one of the X-Men? But
Magneto.
Not Magneto.
and I
Uh,
was like, girl, what I need it for? But she is really, really dope. Joy, you and her will have like the best conversations.
I
I
bet.
really can see like you and Kiki having the best conversations
Yes.
because Kiki, she's been on here quite a few times and she is able to break down all of the things so it's easily understood. But she's a nurse, but she also had a um a juice cafe. So she did the juices and
Mm.
smoothies and all those kind of
is
things
that the young lady with the short hair?
with the blonde hair.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we miss you, Kiki. Come Kiki with the
What up,
aunties
girl?
soon, boo.
Come Kiki with us, Kiki.
Yes. And so I had to take that damn thing off. It was making me bust into a sweat.
It was cute though.
Um
Mm.
Girl, listen, I love it, but it's that
It looked like a
what's that
satin
goddamn
silk.
it's
Mm.
that like polyester kind of,
Yeah, gonna let
polyester
your
make
skin
your ass
breathe.
bust a sweat.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I can say I love about my apartment is that it stay cool, but that shit had me over here sweating. That's why I got to looking
Mhm.
shiny over here. But all of the vitamins and stuff are necessary. Make sure you consult somebody. If you don't know what you're taking, or you know that there are
Yeah.
a lot of different things that you should be taking, but don't know what to take, or a brand, or how to take those things, because I didn't know that iron and calcium. Moses, go to hell.
Oh Lord, he done got started.
He
Not the
called
call
Moses
back to
This is
shiny
Tuesday
hair.
when you
shiny.
called him shiny.
When I
Uh,
called him
uh, uh,
shiny. Um, But if you don't know, like Joyce said, iron and calcium need to be taken about 4 hours apart. So there are a lot of things
yeah.
that we need to be able to like tap in and understand and learn about the supplements we're taking, how they affect us overall, but also how to take those supplements. So Joy, I'm gonna call you because I take supplements, and then I'm gonna go over some stuff with you because I need to be right about how I'm taking these things. Like I said, if you take an ashwagandha,
I
make sure
do
you don't
consults
have high blood
too.
pressure.
I'm always available for consult. Well, not always available, but you can schedule a consult for me with me to.
Mhm.
Well, see, look at there. See, I didn't even know that. So reach out to Auntie Joy, schedule a consult so you can get all of the things.
There you
And
go.
you can be out here strong and long, and you can be Miss what they Aquafina or whatever they used to call the shit back in the day when you super wet. But also make sure that ain't discharged, okay?
Yeah, we can talk about your discharge too.
Yeah.
What's normal, what's not. We can get into all of it.
Yeah.
Also, see your local midwife for your PAPs and all your well person care. That's part. You don't have to go to an OB. You can see midwives for those things as well.
I love
When I get
it.
pregnant, I want a midwife. I
Yeah.
want to go through that whole process. So
That's what Joy is. That's what she does.
that's why I'm doing these.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Just all the things. And so we're gonna have a pussy appreciation month.
Yes, I love
Well,
that.
when
Please
is that?
appreciate the pussy.
We're gonna talk about all the things so
Yeah.
that we can make sure we out here healthy and that thing is thanging in the right way. Cause some of y'all
Yeah.
things be thanging and that thing need to okay.
Bang a little less.
Hey,
Mhm.
No.
boy, no. Talking about can you guest host? No.
Oh.
What?
And add what? What's your value gonna be? Is that Moses?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about can he guest host? What you gonna talk about?
You are not the pussy expert, Moses. Not in the way that we
what's
need.
going on with me? Listen. And that'll be Joy, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna put that together.
Yeah.
I like it.
And make sure the ladies out here got all the things they need to make sure we taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us don't necessarily know what we need to be doing to make sure she's healthy.
Yeah.
And we operate in a deficit, and it's not because we don't have the access to the stuff, we just don't know what we need or who to trust with the information that's being given.
Or
so
a
much
lot of times we don't even feel comfortable talking about what's going on. Because we don't have safe spaces to most of the vagina doctors are men. And I don't want to go talk to a white man about my vagina.
My vagina.
Girl.
About my black cat. No, I'm just
okay, so here's something, right? Now that you mentioned that, like my doctor's a man. He did my pap smear. But like Auntie Coco, I'm tilted as well. But also I've been celibate for a long period of time. So that visit didn't go well because he's trying to put the speculum in. He said, "You need to be putting something up there." And I was like, "What you talking about?" So he was like, "It's too tight." And I was like, "I never heard of anything like that in my life."
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah. So he was like, "No, you're too tight." He was like, You have to, it has to be penetrated." And I was like, "That defeats the purpose of me being celibate. I don't want to be penetrated." He was like, "No." He was like, "It's
treat yourself."
But also, Auntie Shell, go see a good pelvic floor therapist too. A lot of us, when me and I was talking about, she's loose, and a lot of times our pelvic floor is actually too tight, the tighter end. But your vagina's a muscle, and you got to exercise it.
Yeah. That's what he was saying. He was like, "No, you gotta use it." And I was like, "Yo,
I'm trying to work it.
I'm trying to be like, trying to be on the here." He was like, "No."
Yeah.
He's like, "I can't even get this speculum in." And I was like, "Well, I'm tilted to the left." And he was like, "Now you tell me." I've been trying to work this thing in.
But that's your uterus, though. Like your vaginal canal is not tilted. So that muscle.
It took him a little bit.
That muscle is over there.
That muscle over there.
It just said, "Hold up." Baby, you gripping too tight. Open up the pliers.
Psychosomatic too, because you are trying to be like, no, it may be like a mind body disconnection, and you just like,
It could have been, right?
you know,
Like clink clink.
but
But then
also,
I'm kind of
I wonder
nervous because when I finally do something with somebody, I don't want it to clink
He gonna
clink.
tell you the same thing. This thing too tight. I can't even get up
and you
in
might
here.
be uncomfortable. You might experience like some pelvic pain.
Some pain.
So many of us experience pain with sex
Yeah.
because our pelvic floor is too tight.
Interesting. Because I've
We're gonna
never
talk
heard
about
that
all
in
of
my
the things.
life before. So
We're gonna talk about all the things because that might be the month we do a show every week. Because all of that
that would be
information is
dope.
It's a lot of info.
I was
Yeah,
literally
that's
just
a
thinking
lot of
that. I was like, we
information.
don't
Yeah.
have to do that every week.
Yeah, that'd be really dope.
A lot of information, but also it's necessary information. Because like Auntie Joy just said, the vagina is a muscle, and you have to actually like work that muscle, even like
That
doing the Kegels and all of that other stuff.
And most
Mm-hmm.
of us don't do those correctly either. We'll talk about all of that. Yeah.
Like I know I'm not doing mine, except for when I gotta go pee. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up.
And that's
Until
what
I
most
get
of us
there.
do. We just do that to hold, but we just
Yes.
work in a shorter section of. Anyway, we can save that for the what you call
Yeah.
Pussy Power Month.
Pussy.
Yeah, when is
Pussy
that?
appreciation month.
Pussy Appreciation Month.
Because I was about to say
Yeah.
something about the whole
Sparkles.
people thing, but I'll hold it. I'm gonna hold my thing. I'm gonna hold it.
Yeah, we can have all the conversations in regards to that because and that's what PGC After Dark is about. It's not just about talking about sex or talking about fucking or talking about our whole stories. Although we're gonna talk about those things, we definitely want to give the educational part because there's too
Absolutely.
many of us. Gina. Not Gina and Pam, okay? um But a lot of us are out here with misinformation. Like we are misinformed about our vaginas. We are misinformed about our bodies in general on a day-to-day basis. And so if we are out here having sex and we are misinformed about our bodies, we are misinformed about our genitals and how all of the things work, it ain't just about putting one thing inside of the other. Like it's more to it than that. And even on the spiritual side of things, like it's too many people out here putting a thing inside of another thing and then creating soul ties that they don't necessarily have to create.
Because that
But
part.
Boy.
that, I'll hold that for Pam. Okay. I'll hold on to that for Pam. And we'll get some people that'll come on here and actually talk about those things. And then we can, it can be Pam, it can be penis and pussy appreciation month.
That part.
We can also talk about, the things that men need to know about their bodies and all those kind of things, because y'all think just because it's out there, like y'all don't really have to worry about it. But no, there's a lot to be concerned about, sir. So yeah,
that
that's
part.
gonna be some good stuff. That's gonna be some good stuff.
Be a good month. Y'all submit, topics in the comments, stuff y'all want to know about, or maybe not just in the comments, but wherever.
Yeah, y'all can do the comments. Comments, or send them to your favorite auntie. Send it to us, and we can put the topics together so that we can create those months or conversations for the show. Because we definitely want to make sure that like we are giving the information that's needed, and you can submit it to us. And I can probably find the ways that you can submit it anonymously. If you got questions and all that kind of stuff, you can send it to us. If you are in the PGC, the Fat Girl Chronicles podcast group on Facebook, you can post your questions in there and you can post them anonymously.
There's no like stupid question. There's no
none at all. Okay.
Really, like we can go there. I will go there with you. Okay, like
because some of us didn't get the education. You know what I'm saying? Like you taught us a little bit, and then a lot of times when we were raised in homes in certain things, like a lot of people didn't talk about their vaginas.
Say vagina.
Yeah, you can't even say vagina.
Pocketbook.
You have to say pocketbook.
That part, pocketbook.
You know what I'm saying?
Secret garden.
Keep your pocketbook closed.
Yeah, with so much.
And then some of us had trauma.
Yes.
So
Yes.
We didn't get the
Yes.
education
we didn't get
related
the
to that
education.
either.
Yeah.
Yep, we learned from
We
our
learned from
friends.
our
Oh my
friends.
God, we learned so much wrong shit from our friends.
Wrong.
Yep.
Oh my
From
God.
friends.
So
Definitely.
true.
Oh my God.
Crazy
Definitely.
stuff. Y'all.
Wait, can we segue into that real quick? Y'all
Let's
okay
do
with
it.
segueing into that?
Let's do it.
Legit.
Y'all
So
okay with that?
we can
Yeah.
segue. Let's go.
Go ahead,
I don't
Joy.
know if I have too many crazy things. And one thing that's coming to mind, so I got pregnant with my son in high school. I was 17. Terrified. Like, so a friend of mine, she already had a baby. Her baby was like 3. She had her baby in middle school. Anyway, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, how, she's like, well, you can, she's like, go home and push really hard on your stomach. Like, find a hard object and push really deep and hard into your stomach. And if you can feel 2 heartbeats, then that's how you know that you're pregnant. That's what she told me. And I was like, and I did it. I was at home, like, because, you're scared, you're a teenager,
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. Even though my mother knew I was sexually active, there was no education. There was no,
Right.
I'm going to take you to the doctor and do things. It was just, I think she was just hoping that, like, I would not be, or, like, stop, or, but that's not how things work. And so my crazy butt was at home with I think I had a glass or something out of the cabinet pushing down on my abdomen trying to feel the heartbeat.
Right.
Lord.
That's hilarious. A lot of my stuff when it came to my friends, like it used to just be the weirdest shit. And like a lot of people used to talk about like, and I don't even know if that's weird, but I know like when my first experience, I was thinking it was just gonna be this whole big old thing, and like it was, because how people over glamorize like the first time. Oh my God, it's gonna be so special and beautiful, and and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, like it's gonna be beautiful, man. Bye.
The
I
terrible.
was like, that's it.
You said that's
Like that was
No,
not
mine
like
was the
on the
opposite though.
wood.
I
On the
really
wood.
had a good experience.
yeah.
Like,
Like that
I
was
had a
it.
great
Like,
experience
Like,
with
man,
that.
what?
y'all had me expecting something different. But then also, like, a lot of the pain that people said that they would that you would experience. Like, I didn't experience a lot of pain. I experienced some pain, but not a lot. And I was just like, okay, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but 2 thumbs up, I guess. I was not excited about sex after the fact. Like after I did it, I was just like,
this ain't even.
After you experience
I
it,
could have waited.
right? After you
Yeah,
experience
yeah,
it, you're like,
I
this
could
is
have waited.
so overrated.
Especially
So
as a teenager.
This shit.
The
Y'all
boys
done
and
made
they
me
be
lose
thinking they
my
know what they
virginity.
doing too.
Y'all done made me lose my virginity for nothing.
where they
Yeah,
know what they
I
doing.
definitely can't say that part.
I got a friend who don't even
What,
know
Auntie Shell?
if she lost her virginity because he put it on her belly or something and then came and then that was it. I remember that. I was like, what?
What?
Now, I did.
Listen, country. I literally was like, I gave it up for this.
Right.
Fuck all y'all that told me otherwise.
That peer
What
pressure.
was your experience?
Yeah,
It was
peer
intense
pressure.
in high
Peer
school.
pressure do get you.
Yeah, because I wasn't even having sex. I remember sitting in the auditorium my freshman year of high school. And all the girls was like talking about what they was doing with their little boyfriends and stuff. And I was just listening because I ain't had no stories. And they was like, you not? Like, what you mean? You ain't, what you doing? Like, I'm just not having sex. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not interested. I'm trying to hold out. But that peer pressure gets to you.
Yeah.
And on top of that, your hormones, you just one big old walking ball of hormones.
Especially after your cycle comes.
Yeah. Somebody blow on you the right way. And nobody talks to you about like when you ovulate, how horny you get.
Girl.
You just nobody like make a baby. Like
extremely.
Body be on
Yes.
10.
The mess around and found my
Yeah.
Not found
And
it
I didn't learn
again.
that until I was like closer to my 20s
Mhm.
about my ovulation and how horny
I was
you
longer
know,
than
how
20.
horny I got for that. But yeah.
Our
Yeah,
friends
I hear
had
you.
us out here looking stupid. Like
Yeah.
I lost mine like 2 weeks before I turned 18. And I had already graduated high school and all that other kind of stuff, but I wasn't having sex because I was scared. I was scared, not scared of sex. I was scared of my mama.
Listen, that's a real thing.
I was scared of my mama. Like, I'm scared. I'm not getting pregnant. Y'all not finna convince me that it's gonna be that motherfucking good that I'm gonna end up pregnant. I gotta take care of a baby. I gotta do all of
Right.
these things. Nah, I'm cool on it. Cause also Joanne is not about to uh hang me in my bedroom because I was out here doing some shit. But
Oh, because
I was brave enough to tell my mother that I wanted to experience it, and she took me to get on birth control before I even did any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
absolutely, okay. I was scared as hell.
mhm.
Um, my friend actually told my mama that I lost my virginity, and I stopped talking to her after that.
I bet you did.
yeah,
Oh
because
my
I'm talking about
God,
shit.
that is
Why
horrifying.
would you do that?
Yeah.
We
I
got
mean,
into
you gotta
it.
let that be
We
my
got
thing.
into it. Yeah, we got into it because so I had my best friend and then like my really good friend. And my best friend was drunk and ended up spilling the beans to my good friend that I had lost my virginity. She was
Mm,
shitty. We had a whole falling out, a whole little argument and everything.
Because you didn't
But
tell her
she
first.
didn't know because I didn't tell her first.
Petty.
right.
So after I told, like, she ended up calling my mama and told my mama, and I was
Mm.
like, "Bitch, I'll never fuck with you again in life."
Yeah,
Cause
That's
Because
right.
that's too much. You just
why
ruined
would you
that
it.
hurt my
think? Why
trust.
did you
That's
think that
real.
was a good idea?
You want to be my
Mm-mm.
friend.
Why did you
Right.
think that was
That's
a good
it.
idea?
When
And
I'm
I was shitty with my best friend at the time too, 'cause bitch, like you ain't know how to not tell people.
Right.
So it was a whole thing, and my mom was like, her feelings was hurt, and like her
mm,
feelings was hurt. She was just like, oh my baby, and all of that. And I'm like, Mom, it's not that deep. Like it was
she's like, it wasn't even good, mama. It's cool.
right. I was like, I just made a little sex. That was it. It was just about that much. It wasn't even
It was
nothing.
literally
Yeah,
It was
man.
just
pretty
a
much
little
Nah.
sex.
sex.
Like it wasn't
Mm-mm.
that much. I ain't did it again since then. Like it was just a little sex. I was experimenting. I was just trying to see.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like what the little boy, what that his the voiceover. I gotta see. That's how I was out here.
I gotta see.
Right.
Mhm.
Just say yes. No, I gotta
Just
see.
say yes. No, I gotta
Yes.
see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was like, Mom, I just made a little sex, and but mama, I was always my mama's wild child, but I was literally like the scariest girl ever growing
Mm.
up. 'Cause I was like, hell no. It was a lot of things that I would say hell no to, cause my mama knew every fucking body, and I was like, bruh,
I ain't got time.
no,
Yeah,
no, y'all not about to, no.
Mhm.
And then
yeah.
one of my other friends, she already had a baby.
Mhm.
And then like she had another baby, like, and so I was always like, nah, I'm cool on that. Cause the transformation that you made while you were pregnant and had a baby, no ma'am,
Mhm.
I don't want it. So our
Right.
friends really out here setting us up for failure, telling
Baby.
us dumb shit. And so like one of my friends, I used to think like she knew all the things about sex
Mhm.
because she was having sex so early. And I just thought she knew all the things. I loved listening to all of the stories and all of that. But I used to just be like, bitch, what? You did what with who, when, and where?
Mm.
I'm cool. I'm cool. Right, Gina, what would possess you to tell my mama that? Not slip some crack in her
Right,
Kool-Aid,
right, right,
raggedy
right.
wank. But this was also the friend who was always in trouble for shit because she was
Mm.
always doing something. She was always in trouble for something, always in trouble. Like this is the only friend I knew that would get on punishment for like 6 months to
Oh.
a year for the shit that she was out here doing. And I I believe to this day, her reason for doing that was not just to like tell my mama just to put me on blast, but it was also to try to make me suffer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, what my mama gonna do? Put me on punishment because I had sex?
Mhm.
And then, like you said, by the time she found out, she was like 18 or whatever,
Well, my
right?
mama did. That's what my mama
Right.
did. And she put me on punishment. It
Not
was
put you on
like,
punishment.
girl, she asked me the day before I went to prom. She was like, "Are you having sex?" And I was like, "Yeah." Before I even knew it, I don't lie. I don't lie. So anyway, not that I wanted to lie to her about it, but yeah, she put me on punishment. She's like, "You can go to prom, but you come straight home.
Oh wow.
Can't do nothing for 2 weeks."
Why? It's already late. I done already did it.
Right.
And that was the other thing. Prom used to be the the sex night. You know what I'm
Yes, that's
saying? And I
exactly
was
why she
like,
asked me.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let me go on and put a little wrench in her plans. But like, what was the point of asking? Because you didn't do nothing. There was no
right.
taking me to the doctor to put on birth control. There was no buying me condoms. There was no education around it. I'm not coming down on my mom, but like, if you're gonna ask, you got to be prepared for some follow
Mhm.
up
And
behind it.
Yeah.
follow up.
You
I think
know,
a lot of times they didn't know how to handle that either.
for sure. She was just terrified. She didn't want me
Yeah,
to get pregnant like she got pregnant in high school. And that's what happened when you inaction.
it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, and then you add like that peer pressure with the friends, sexual
Mm-hmm.
trauma. I have
Mm-hmm.
sexual trauma from childhood, and that we talked about this a little bit last. Or did we talk about this last night? How trauma stuck in your body.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't even
And I
understand why I wanted to. Like, I didn't at first time I didn't want to, but then after I did, I was like, yeah, I kind of like this,
Yeah.
and so didn't even understand what was happening with
Right.
all of that. Like, you got
Right.
to be, if you got teenagers, children, period, be open with them about
yeah,
these things. Have an open line of communication and don't judge them. Being a teenager is a really new concept in the world. Like,
yeah.
teenagehood was really not a thing. Like, you were a child and then you were an adult.
Right.
Mm,
Like, when girls start menstruating, so they was married off at 12 and 13. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
yeah,
So being a teenager, and you just this a walking ball of hormones. Like,
Yeah.
don't shame them. It's a really natural thing. It's funny, just with me. Um, it's a really natural thing for them to have desires.
Mhm.
right. And
So,
then they're still learning and exploring. They don't know.
yeah,
Right. Right.
I read this post. So I used to be in this Facebook group. It's called Black Love Chronicles or something. It's been since disbanded, but it was a really safe place for all of us to talk about
I
like
remember
love
that.
and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody had posted one time that this mom got her teenage daughter when she knew she was interested in having sex. Got her a sex toy,
Mhm.
and was talking to her about what pleasure for herself was like, and her mindset was like, "I'm going to empower you to please yourself, and that way you don't have to like depend on a little boy. But then if you decide, then it's also pleasurable for you." And you
Right.
can be empowered in that decision that you're making, like
Mm-hmm.
letting it be an active decision that they're making versus some shit you just fall into.
And then
For
also,
me, it was some shit I just fell
it's her,
into.
and also it's her learning her body.
Yes,
Because
which
a
is
lot
Right.
of us don't necessarily learn our bodies until we're older. And
Mhm.
then sometimes we're being taught our bodies by the partners that we have, and they teach us the shit that they learned off of porn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bitch, listen, for
that
real though.
part.
For
That
So
real
part.
though.
you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I sent you something literally 3 days ago. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago on Instagram.
Okay, let me see.
Leo.
Okay,
Um,
let me see.
it's from my girl. She's also a bedroom candy. Um, she's a I forget. She's one of like the core speakers or whatever with bedroom candy. She teaches a lot about sexual wellness and things like that. She's a very thick, stout woman. I love her to death. She's amazing, but she also teaches a lot about talks about
Okay.
on a panel where they talk about sexual trauma,
Mhm.
and they talk
Okay.
about the effects that for some women, because of whatever trauma that they've had sexually, they hate men. They have a hate and a disdain for men because of how they were introduced to sex. And then you also have the women who don't necessarily have a hate or a disdain for men, but they decided to find a way to create or take their power back from whatever the trauma was that they experienced. It was a really good clip. I want to say it's probably like probably less than 5 minutes. I don't know, but I sent it to you.
Yeah, I see it. And we can use that when we have our conversations in regards to, all the other things.
Yeah.
Pam month.
I think that'll be important for Pam month.
Yeah.
Pam month. I love that.
one of the other things that I just thought about, as Joy was talking about being empowered, like a lot of us don't even know what that looks like for us as Black women to be empowered through our sexuality or understanding who we are. And so, like, the older we get, the more like we try to figure out what that looks like. And then it's also like, I know for myself, and I'm gonna just tell a little bit of my business. Because that's what we're here for. I'm gonna tell a little bit of my business. But I know for me, being a plus size woman and being a woman that is transitioning and going through her healing phase, there is a struggle or a back and forth. Like, do I want to heal or do I want to be a hoe? Do I want to heal or do I want to be a hoe? Or can I be a healed hoe? Like, do those things happen simultaneously? Can they go hand in hand? Can you have this level of empowerment and understanding of who you are and what you are, and still understand that like sex is not the defining factor of whether or not you are a hoe, or sex does not define you as a person. But also, how can I say that I'm healed but I want to have all of this sex? So it's the contradiction of trying to figure those things out. So I'm living in a state of cognitive dissonance because I'm trying to figure out, like, no, but I want the intimacy and I want to be loved on and I want to be cared for. Because remember last night, Joy, you was talking about like, oh, this is just my movie boo or my concert boo or this and that or whatever. No, because if you my movie boo and my concert boo, I want to be cuddled with you and intimate with you and all those kind of things. So for me, it's like I need the whole package. Because if you just my little boo or my little thing that I pull up on there once in a while, then I don't consider you somebody that I want the whole thing with.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't. So it's the mind fuck and pretty much trying to unfuck my mind about my thoughts around sex, especially. And I mentioned being the plus size woman because a lot of times people think that plus size women are just overly hypersexual because they're plus size. And so that ain't never been my experience. I ain't never been hypersexual because I'm plus size. I'm hypersexual, not hypersexual, but I be ready to get it in because my hormones be raging. Okay, like my hormones is.
And you may also just enjoy sex.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say.
Like there are some people
it doesn't have to be
who enjoys sex. Like if I'm partnered or you know what I mean, like. I like sex. It feels good, whether it's solo or, whether that I choose to share that with a partner. Like, and that's okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to always be a stigma around certain things. It doesn't always have to be a defined. Oh no, you do this because you this, and it's like, no, bitch, I do it because I like the way his penis feel. Like, but I like the way that thing feel. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question though. You said, do you want to be healed or do you want to be a hoe? So are you saying that you want multiple partners, or are you just talking about one person that you just want to constantly get it in with?
Either or. like if I had this one person, if I did have my one person, then that's my one person. But if I didn't have a person and I'm trying to and I do want to get my rocks off, And then I'm like, all right, I got my rocks off with you. Like, you good in the bed, but he good with head. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of things. So it's
Man,
like,
them dilemmas. You feel like you just
yeah,
want to
it be
build
like,
you need
yeah,
a
damn.
transformer, man. You need to build
Right. We had a show
Man,
like
put them
that.
together.
and like, yeah.
Yeah, we did. We sure
We
did
had a
have a
show
Build a
like
Man
that.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
feel like
Sure did.
that if you did just have your jump off, so to speak, like this is the guy that you call when you want something, and this is what y'all do for you, because it's different for everybody. And you have to know what your personal compass is, right? What your boundaries and your limits are, your morals, all those things. Do you feel like that person is like that? If you just had the one person you were having sex with, does that feel like this? I'm whole because we're not in a
Oh
relationship.
no, not if you just my one person that I'm fucking around with.
Okay,
And I don't necessarily. I just use the term "hoe" because it was trying
that's
to.
what it is. Yeah,
It was for the example.
Yeah.
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 But you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times they put this thought out there that you're healed, so you don't want to experience sex with several people.
I
But why
don't know
not?
that that's true.
Me
Because
neither.
I
I'm
could be
not.
Yeah,
healed,
'cause,
but what if
they-
I'm in a poly relationship?
Right.
So I
yeah,
got several people that I want to have sex with in this relationship because this is my lifestyle.
What if I'm
But I'm also very
bisexual
healed.
and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's all.
And so that was the
You got to stop
thing.
trying to box folks in.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's why I'm like that's just literally me being honest about a lot of the thoughts in this journey of like
For sure.
healing and trying to like figure out my shit, but also trying to figure out my dating dynamic or my relationship dynamic for myself as I'm getting older.
I'm right
So
there
I'm
with
like,
you. Mm-hmm.
what if I want my man, because I love you, daddy. But then I also just need somebody, or even like, nigga, you can have a girlfriend too, cause I might not even want to do it all the time. And you might
Listen,
I might have had a long day at the office and you want to do it and I don't want to do it. I want to cuddle, but you want to do it and that's not
Mhm.
working. So we gotta, but it's just a lot of thoughts. And it's like, that's one thing that I can say that I started um drawing back from social media because it's so much. And
yeah.
so, hey, look,
It's a
the only
lot.
reason I ain't see your messages is, girl, because I be at work and when I get off work, I come home and decompress for about an hour and a half.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm
And so it's a lot. It's like my whole life is transitioning right now, and I'm trying to like navigate that in the best way possible.
that's actually a really good point. I'm glad you said that. Like, we're talking about mental health and grief and all those things. Having time built into your day to
to
decompress,
decompress.
Decompress. Yeah.
I crave that every day. I don't always get it. Having my children make it a little different. Like, I care for people all day. I take care of people all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really have transition time. Typically, I'm going to like pick the baby up from daycare and I pull in the garage and it's a kid in my face. Like, but I'll just come in the house and be like, look, y'all need to leave me alone. That is
Yeah.
really important time to decompress because you give your nervous system a moment to come back down to baseline. And then
Yeah.
you're able to make better decisions. You
That
can
part.
make decisions from a place where your nervous system is regulated. And so you're less likely to quote unquote be a hoe
Mm-hmm.
when your nervous system is regulated. So a lot of times when we are making those when we're in our whole phase or whatever, it's because our nervous system is dysregulated. And so we're our bodies are trying to get a need met.
Yeah.
So all of that to say, I just want to like try to take some shame and stigma from around
Away
all
from
this.
from around sex.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
and again, that's like why we're here, because like we want to have these real conversations, and like we don't know everything. Like we just here to talk about some shit that we think we know, or some
I'm
shit that
figuring
we've
it out
learned,
too.
and give the information, but also
Yeah.
make it a safe
Facts.
space for everybody. Everybody that's watching, tune in, tell us what you think, tell us what you
Yeah.
know, help us learn something,
That part.
because
What's
it
worked for
does.
you?
Yeah, like
Mm-mm.
help us to help y'all while we
Even
help
Right.
I just saw a clip
ourselves.
from Whoopi Goldberg where she was, I think she just wrote a book or something.
Yeah,
But
she
she was
did.
talking about she
And she
she
got her
don't
little pull up.
Yeah, she like, come on, give it to me, and then you gotta go. And so she's even at her age grappling with that, like, does that make me a hoe? Does that, like she's even doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the older you get, the more you make those decisions, right? Because like you don't want nobody disturbing your peace. Once you
Yeah.
get to a certain age, you be like, I know what I want. I need this, and thank you very much for giving me that, and I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah,
Like, no, I do not want to Netflix and chill. I'm about to watch Bridgerton and drink some wine.
exactly.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear you complain about it, or you over there sighing, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Get out.
Yep.
Quit funking up.
Ramita said, "Find me some decompressed time, please."
I
So
love
listen,
this.
Definitely decompress for
so
an
one
hour.
of the things is setting a schedule. I know. I mean, I don't have children, or like I'm not in a relationship or have children, so I can come home and actively decompress. But
you still make a decision though.
but that's what I was about to say. It's still a decision.
Yes.
And it's still something that you have to enforce in your own life. So for those that do have children, you have to set that boundary with your children. Hey, mommy's just getting home, daddy's just getting home. I need a few minutes. I'm going to go in my room and close my door.
Mm-hmm.
And while my door is closed, that is my time to do what I need to do. And then when I come out, then you can ask me all the questions. We can talk about the day. We can do all the things. And that coming from somebody who don't have children, y'all probably like, well, that's unrealistic.
No,
Actually,
that's
it's
real
not.
talk. Yeah, no,
Actually, it's not. You have to sit down. I've been working with kids since 2006. That's why I'm an auntie. Okay. I'm educated in that realm, and
right.
I take care of y'all babies more than y'all do sometimes.
But, I mean, for real, they with 40 hours a week.
They will be, listen, 40
Absolutely.
hours a week. Okay. But just setting that boundary with your children and letting them know that it's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't want to hear about your amazing day at school, but I need a few minutes so that mommy can take care of herself. And so mommy can show up for you.
And they will understand.
Yeah. And it's really just a matter of whether you need 15 minutes or you need an hour or you need a half hour.
Sometimes you need a weekend. In
Yeah.
March, I pick my kids out for a weekend, all of them.
That too.
I gotta go. Even my 20-year-old, well, he'll be 20 next month. He was like, Mom, I don't even bother you. Yes, you do. And I hear the alarm and you not home and I'm worried, like, okay, where you at? Okay, don't call him.
Yeah.
Trying to get me. Yes, you do. You bother me. Y'all got to go.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Cassie, you silly. She's lay right there on the side of her bed. I know she's not.
Lying it off.
Because I'm about to say she still do
the worst at setting boundaries, especially with our children.
Yeah.
Like, we're socialized to that. Be a martyr. You sacrifice and you give all of yourself to your children. There is no free time. There is no time to decompress. And I push back up against that so hard. Like, I'm taking solo trips. I gotta y'all not gonna.
I haven't done that yet. No, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do solo trips.
Do it, Auntie Michelle.
Come on, Auntie
Michelle.
Solo trip, a girls trip, all of that. Like, do all the things.
Come on to Chicago, girl. Come on, I got you.
This is the one thing
I do want to go.
Like, girl, tell me when, okay? Because we can pull up.
Yeah.
We can meet up.
Listen, y'all know I'm in Chicago at least once a month.
Okay.
Or up that way at least once a month, twice a month. If I feel like getting on the road, I'm gonna go. That's been my thing.
It's a bottomless margarita spot I've been dying to eat.
And that's been my thing.
We should plan that for real though.
Absolutely. And we can go see Joy Auntie and we can make it our whole thing.
Let me get my off-call schedule together for the second half.
Listen.
There you go.
Because doing all of those things, like if we don't just get out here and hop out and do the things, we limit ourselves. But a lot of times we limit ourselves simply because we feel like we don't have what we need in order to do those things.
Right.
A hotel room is literally depending on where you get it, or sometimes they be $129. We spend $129 throughout the week on bullshit.
Bullshit.
We have to make sure that we got to prioritize what's important to us. And I
Right.
want this trip, and I know I want to go on this trip. Well, let me see what I need to cut out this week so I can go on this trip.
Yeah.
And then, making it work. Because one thing Rochelle gonna do, she gonna go where she wanna go.
Right.
A bill might not get paid, and
People
y'all can say
make
that's irresponsible as fuck, but I don't care.
people make payment arrangements. You know, one thing my
And
one of my good girlfriends told me. We were having a conversation, and I was just like, "Do they make virgin margaritas?" I'm like, why? I was having somebody was saying something about having like skipped a bill or made a payment arrangement, whatever, go on vacation, and I was like, man, I struggle with that, and I know that that's like my financial trauma with like childhood stuff, and then like being a young mom and feeling super responsible and like.
Yeah.
Oh no, we got to make sure these bills are paid because kids got to have a place to live and lights and water and all things, right? And she was like, white people do this shit all the time.
All the time.
Well, delay a bill or pay a late fee or make a payment arrangement. They use their payment arrangements are there to be used, just like your PTO time is there to be used. Your mental health, you can't get this time back. That was the best thing she ever told me. And I still don't. I struggle because I'd be like, if I ain't got it, I can't afford it. And I don't,
That's me.
But I'm getting better. And then also asking for help.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be real for a minute, real transparent. Okay. I went to Savannah last month. And I got there and checked into my little Airbnb. I went and grabbed some dinner real quick. Then I went to the grocery store. I'm like, I ain't going to eat out all the time. I, two things to cook. And someone was like, just check your bank account. I paid all my bills and, and I was like, man, I got $170. I'm going to be here a whole week. My Airbnb wasn't walkable like the thing said it was going to be. I thought I was going to be able to like pop out and get some coffee, go to a restaurant, say it's close to the Riverwalk. None of that. Try to Uber everywhere. Ask for help. You would be surprised when people are willing to. I don't ask for help often, but I call my oldest, baby. I call my oldest brother and my new brother. I just learned I had a new brother last year. But they are super supportive of me, and I know they love me, and I know that they want me to have rest, and I know that they worry because I'm a single mom. And, I'm doing most of this every day by myself. And I was just like, you know what? Put your pride aside. Because you took this trip because you was about to kill somebody. You have a vacation for 5.5 months. You needed this. And you need to lean into the joy and enjoy this. I just sent them a message. I'm like, look, here's my situation. And they showed up for me. So I'm not saying it's going to work every time. And it shouldn't be a habit. Right? But like sometimes you need a little help to get a break, and that's okay. And that'll give you just enough energy and calm your nervous system enough to like, okay, I got a little juice in my tank, and now I can better prepare for the next time I want to go somewhere. So maybe like I put away $15 every check to like take a little weekend getaway in 3 months, or you know what I mean, whatever. Like it might be more than $15. I'm just throwing out numbers. Y'all get the point. Pouring into yourself is too important.
Right.
It's very important.
You at the end of the day, you're all you have. And even when you're in a relationship, you cause harm to the other person and to your relationship when you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And to your children. We harm our children when we are not taking care of ourselves.
And the other thing too, that's why they got Klarna, Afterpay, Sezzle. They got affordable air because for my
I'm just learning about all
for
of that.
my flight for Jamaica last year, we Klarna'd it. We put it on Klarna. We was like, shit, we going because we done already paid for it. So we gonna Klarna this goddamn airplane tickets. We gonna pay for one trip with the cash we got. We gonna Klarna the rest of this shit, Hell yeah. It's
Yeah,
all
I'm
kind of
just
ways.
learning about that too.
You can put your flight on layaway and pay it off up until you get ready to go on your trip. Or you can corner it or afterpay it and do all the things and then pay
Didn't know
on it
that.
over a period of time. Like there are so many ways now for us to be able to
That's
get into the ease
Yeah.
that we need to be mindful and shit, just start asking questions. A lot of us be embarrassed to ask questions because we think it makes us look a certain way. Now it make you look crazy because you didn't even ask the questions that could have helped you to be able to take a trip or vacation
Yeah.
or do all the things you wanted to do, but you wanted to be prideful. And I get it. It's a lot of people trying to struggling and battling their pride. But hey, I really have just been, I'm like, okay, I know it's things that I want. I know it's things that I need to do. It's things, but also I need to take care of me because for the last couple of years, I have had a lot of trauma, a lot of drama, not drama, but a lot of trauma based things happening. And then finally getting my own place again and going through all of those things. I'm like, shit. One thing I'm finna do though, I'm finna take a ride somewhere. I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna do something simply because I just cannot see myself falling into that deep ass depression again. I
Yeah.
can't fall into those pits no more. If I need to step
real.
away, I'm a step away. Like that's the one thing that I absolutely do love about my new job too, is that they have mental health retreats. They honor mental health days and things
Yeah.
like that. And so
Yeah.
all of that. And I even had to tell a girl today, um, we gotta sometimes not care about whether we disappoint people or
Yes.
any of that because we be so worried about, oh my God, I might disappoint people if I don't show up.
Yeah.
But if you show up raggedy as fuck and your energy stank and you tearing people up and you doing all of the craziness,
Doing
then
harm.
did you even benefit the people that you were showing up for? No, you didn't.
Right.
And
Right.
you cause
So
harm to them and to yourself.
answer yourself because
Yeah.
now you gotta try to undo all the shit that you did in the midst of you not being your best self.
Facts.
So it's a lot of things that we have to understand. It is oh fucking K for you to do what's necessary. And I'm not about to not enjoy life. I want to see stuff. I want to go places.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go places and see things, and whether it's by myself, a little dip, or whatever, I'm finna get outside this summer.
Listen.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
look
finna
into
be out here
those
like
Southwest
Ari.
always got those like $59 flights. And they be to sometimes places you may not want to go to. Go. And
Let me tell y'all
go to a
something.
little town and you might find a little cheap place to stay that's cute and like go.
Yeah.
Go.
I paid. I used some Southwest points and paid $5.20 for my birthday flight to Dallas because they had one of them trips. I used some points and I paid $5 for my trip, my flight to Dallas for my birthday.
Nice.
Baby. And then I'm gonna just purchase my trip, my flight back home as I see them flights
Uh-huh.
getting lower or changing the dates and all of that kind of stuff. Or when I got the full amount of money to pay for the rest of the flight back home. And that's the other thing too. Stop thinking you gotta always pay for a round trip flight.
Right.
Hell no. Get
No.
this flight on this airline and get the other flight on that airline and make it
Yep,
work.
make it make sense. Yep.
Make it do what it do. Because it is so many ways to skin a cat. Not that I'm out here skinning cats, but it's
Right.
so many ways to skin a cat. And it's so many ways for you to be able to show up for yourself because of the things that you want to do, payment plans, all of that. Do all the things because we end up out here grieving and being sad and depressed because we didn't get to enjoy life or experience life or go here or do these things because we was out here, too busy or not concerned enough or too prideful to say I need some help or ask questions. But also, y'all can reach out to Unforgettables. Shameless plug. Unforgettables. That's my sister. She is a travel agent. And when I tell y'all she is absolutely the best, and I ain't saying that because she my sister, but she on her shit when it comes to the travel game and helping people to make those experiences, like experiencing the life that they want to experience. And
Mm.
also, like Auntie Joy said, right now Southwest got a little thing. Let's see, because I was on there last night. Because I
So what
just been looking
that
for
advice
random little flights because I want to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see real quick.
Mm-hmm.
They
talking about the $59 sale?
yeah, but then they got something on Wednesdays. Something on Wednesdays that they be doing, and I saw it yesterday. It's like a low. Oh, want to get away Wednesdays. That's what it's called.
Want to get away
But
with
they
it.
had
Oh,
like some low cost flights and shit like that. Frontier got a whole little card where you can, I think it's like $400 for the year or something like that, where you can purchase this card and travel as many flights or whatever. So yeah, we just gotta look
Get
and dig a
creative.
little deeper and set
Yeah.
aside the time to do the things that we want to do because work gonna always be there.
that is
Yeah.
true.
And work gonna be there, them bills gonna be there, but what ain't always gonna be here is you.
That.
So
Yeah, that's right.
And you are
take
worthy.
that
You are
time.
worthy of taking that
Absolutely.
time. You
Take that
deserve
time.
that. You do not have to earn rest. I don't give a damn if you don't do nothing all day, all week. You don't have to earn rest. It's your birthright to rest. You were
To
not
rest, yeah.
Yeah.
created to produce. Don't let America fool you. I hate capitalism. It pisses me off. You
Yeah.
were not born to produce and work all the damn time.
You ain't gotta sleep when you die. Go to sleep tonight.
Like, oh, I want to
Mm-hmm. That part.
yeah. I ain't got time to sleep. Boy, lay your
Mm-hmm.
ass down. Take a nap.
Listen. Listen.
Because it's
And
not
something
benefiting anybody but them.
Mm,
yeah, and if you don't have people in your life that tell you to rest, find some other people to
that
put
makes
in your
sense.
life because
That part.
baby,
And if they shame
I
you
encourage
about
everybody to rest.
Go to
Even
bed.
though I might not do it all the time, I be encouraging everybody to rest. And then I make sure I rest. It's been
Right.
it's been a struggle for me to accept that I have my weekends now. 'Cause I'm so used to getting up, getting outside, doing Uber or Lyft and hustling and doing all the things on the weekend. Like I have really been in a place of struggle this weekend. Cause I'm like, oh, it's race weekend. I can get outside and make some money, do this, and that, or whatever. But then the other side of me is like, oh, I could be at home. I can clean up my house and I can hang up all the things and do all the things.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also like, but I could use that extra little coin until next payday and I could do. So it's been a struggle.
yeah.
Right.
But I'm leaning into the beauty of having my weekends back and being able to
Yeah,
do the
that's right.
things and being able to go get up and go to brunch because I decided that I wanted to go to brunch instead of
And
going
every
outside
time
the
you do
house.
that, you heal your nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
You
Hmm.
rewire it, and it becomes a little bit easier every time. It's baby steps, y'all. They don't got to look like your first trip. Ain't got to look like you going to Tulum and doing all the things, and you know what I mean. Don't let the social
Yeah.
media fool you.
Shit, go to your nearest city
Yes,
2 hours away.
hard. Yeah, you ain't
Mm-hmm.
drive to Cincinnati for a weekend. Like,
Right.
go
It's
ahead,
all kind of hidden
do a
gems right
staycation
outside of
in
your
your
city.
city. That's one of my
Hmm.
favorite things, especially like, cities are changing. At least Indianapolis is. It's changing so fast. And so, like, you find a cute little boutique hotel and stay and, like, go to some new restaurants and find an art gallery and be a tourist in your own city. If you
Yeah.
got to do that first. See, bite-sized pieces.
I gotta learn to do that here. And that's part of
That's
like me
how I
getting my
started.
weekends back.
Before I did my
Yeah.
started doing solo trips, like, out of town, I started doing, like, 24-hour mommy-cation staycations.
Hmm.
And just, I get a hotel room
Yeah,
down
I gotta start getting
there.
out because, like you said, Indy is changing a lot.
Yeah.
And I be like, when I was doing Uber and Lyft, I would see all of these random pop up buildings, and I'm like, God damn, it's a lot of. And
Yeah.
so, like, I definitely got to start being a tourist in my own city.
Yeah. I
I
rode
got
through Town
some
Square
stuff
last night and I
clean.
was like, what is all of
Oh
this?
yeah, Fountain
That
Square be
this
lit,
is
baby.
sexy.
Especially on the weekends.
Yeah.
Especially
I
on
said,
the
I got some
weekend.
new stuff. Let me go
Hmm.
check that out.
I got a weekend coming up. Actually in like 2 weeks, and so I'm spend a couple days in Chicago and come back and spend a couple days here and just make it a whole thing. And That's kind of my thing. Like if I got 4 days, I'm gonna spend 2 days somewhere and 2 days somewhere else. So that's what I'm doing for my birthday. I was like, I have decided. I don't care if nobody go. I
Yeah.
have decided
For
that
myself.
I am not spending my 40th birthday in Indy, and I am going to do all the things that's necessary for me to make my 40th a big one.
Love.
I only turned 40 once.
Yeah.
I feel like every one of my birthdays, I want to have an extravaganza. My birthday is my favorite day, my favorite holiday. That's what I be telling people. I'm gonna have
It is.
extravaganza every year.
And that comes from my mama though. My mama used to make sure our birthdays was a celebration to behold. I mean, it didn't necessarily have to be something huge, but when your birthday was coming up, you knew my mom was gone. She was gonna show up and show out. Whether gift wise, it was always gonna be a thing. But that was how she did Christmas. That's why I be telling folks like I'm low key spoiled like a motherfucker. So when people be telling me no, I be like, "What you mean no?"
That's that.
Yeah.
Apply to me.
Yeah, my mama
Right.
ain't
Or what you mean you couldn't? Cause and then I'll be the person that be like, but my mama did with 5 kids. What do you
listen.
mean? You
So
can't do
figure
this
it
for
out.
me.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Cause you need to show up for me. Cause I'm gonna show up for you. I'm gonna figure it
I'm
out.
right, and it's gonna be reciprocated. I'm gonna show
Absolutely.
up
It's
and
gonna
show
be
up.
Right.
reciprocated like a month. Cause I love that kind of stuff. I love doing those kind of things. I don't know, but I definitely want to fall into my lover girl again. Like that. I love lover girl Leo.
Listen,
Okay. Lover girl Leo is different. I even shine differently. Cause it be like, oh baby, I can love on you and I can be loved on, baby. We finna do all the
and
things.
that
Let me
full
show up
freedom to
all the
just lean into that. Oh
Yeah.
God, yes,
Listen,
I can't wait.
listen. I am so excited to be able to do that. Like, oh, I'm finna lean into the lover girl. Cause yes. And I'm finna start with myself.
Yes,
Like I'm finna love a girl the fuck out of myself and my friends. Like
Absolutely.
oh
because now
God, oh,
I have the finances or like they coming that I can be able to like love a girl on my friends and
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. And so like I'm legit excited to be able to do the things that I've been wanting to do for some years now. Cause again, like Joy said, when you start leaning into those spaces, your nervous system can calm down and now your brain can work. That's
Right.
really what it is. Your
That
brain can
part.
actually fucking work.
it
Like
can be
That part.
online. Yes,
listen, when you start leaning into those spaces where you can rest and do things that you haven't done, your nervous system can rest. And then you can start feeling good about the possibility of things that you can do, not necessarily the things you can do right now,
right.
but I'm now getting excited about the possibility of the things that I can do. Because for so long, I was just up here like, okay, no, I can't do that. I can't
Yeah,
do that either. I can't
same.
do this.
It's a possibility for me too. I do little stuff
Yes.
to love on myself. Like I hate grocery shopping, so I add a little
Love
romance.
it.
I add a little romance. First thing I do, I buy myself flowers. I put flowers in my cart, and then I do. And that's just my little. I love to make a random day romantic for myself. If I'm
Mhm.
at home, on a Monday and ain't nobody having a baby, I make myself a little breakfast and make it cute, and I just take a bath in the middle of the day. I might light a little candle,
Period.
Hmm.
like
That's what's up.
it's the little
It,
things sometimes. Even if you can't get away, if you literally, legitimately cannot afford to get away, okay, do little stuff to love
Schedule a day to not
yourself.
do all of the shit that you would normally do on that day,
Yeah.
and do it.
Hell, start by telling somebody no.
Period.
Say no. Don't explain.
Period.
Yep.
No,
Period.
I'm not available.
I said no. Oh.
Mhm.
um, that's so good. I'm so proud of all of us. I'm so
Same.
proud of all of y'all that's tuning in, that's actually doing the work and trying to shift
Indeed.
the dynamic in your own life and shift all of the
Hmm.
things that people be telling us that we shouldn't, couldn't, and wouldn't be doing. But we're
Yeah.
actually doing those things. We actually are working towards those things. And like we just said, it's the possibilities for me.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm excited about the possibilities. Like I saw some of the cutest shit last night, and I can't wait to love a girl on my friends. I
Hmm.
am about to be out here like so geek to pull up on my friends with all of these lover girl type shit. because I will definitely say the friends that I have loved me through these transitions, and I want to love on them in return.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
And the black women, it's been women.
Yeah.
I don't want to say just black women. There's one non-black woman that I contribute a lot of my healing to, but it has been black women that have healed me,
yeah,
Yeah.
like that show up and show out and love me through. And, yeah,
this is so beautiful.
It was
I'm excited.
definitely.
y'all are
It's
awesome.
gonna be good. This song, like, y'all gotta make sure y'all join us for Pussy Appreciation Month.
It's about
That
to
might
be
be next
We
big.
month.
need shirts.
Yeah.
I feel like I
I'm
need a
excited about it.
paraphernalia. I need a hat and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right? Something
Hmm.
pink.
Yeah,
Auntie finna get it cracking.
a real
Listen, I told
luscious
y'all
pink color
I had to
too.
go through these little transitions, so I can make sure we hit all the things we need.
Oh,
And the
and we
transitions
need a
are
little
almost coming to an end.
we need a logo for this. I feel like
We do. We
a
got
little
a
yoni,
PTC
kind of
logo.
like abstract.
Oh, for Pussy Appreciation Month?
A
Yeah.
pussy logo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Pussy Appreciation Month. Yeah, we can find a little thing.
I had Manny Mae. She did a manicure for me one time for my graduation celebration, and put a little yoni, like drew it on my. It was real cute.
Oh,
Oh, I love that.
Who
I
do
gotta
your
find
niggas?
somebody to put a coochie on me.
Her name is Manny Mae. I haven't been to her in a minute, but because I be on all the things in my budgeting for that. But she is so worth it. But she's in Broward in Indianapolis. She's amazing, fantastic.
Send me her info, cause
Little baby.
I want to go sit and get my toes done, and then like I like your nail length, Joy,
Yeah, I
and I
keep my
need me
nails short because I can't be
I
putting
need me a
claws
little.
inside of people's vaginas and things. So
no.
Hey, cutie
Hey, sugar
patootie.
mama.
Hi.
Oh, like beautiful.
Hey.
She like, oh stop, ladies, oh stop
Exactly.
it. She is so cute.
teenager says she's had enough.
Yeah. Go on in there with your mama.
That part.
Hey, honey
I
bee.
know.
Oh, no, I can't call you honey bee because honey bee will
Yeah,
be
because
like,
I'm
hold
about to say
He
you
on.
about
would
to
definitely
set
be
it
like,
off
"What's
up in
She
going
the
will
on?"
place.
pull up. She'll be like, what do you mean calling her honey bee? She will
Right.
pull up on me.
Resistance, she feisty.
Oh, baby, listen, and I met her. Listen,
But she let you hold her though, and that was like, look. So y'all,
all of
I
them.
gave y'all that advice about these babies. She know what you're talking about. Because this little girl right here, hold on, baby, I got you. This little girl right here, she on people, okay? So you got to have that good old loving energy, because she will
Yeah.
not fool with you.
Yeah.
And don't
Yeah.
come at her
Yeah.
too excited either, because she gonna be like, back up.
Right. That part.
She has taught me so much about boundaries in her
Mm-hmm.
life. She don't respect mine, but she make
Mm-hmm.
everybody respect
How
her.
that go? Mm-hmm.
Girl, listen.
Okay,
Because
baby.
when I did this and she came to me, Joy and all of her other girls was like,
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
that part.
Yeah.
she don't let
Oh.
nobody pick her up. She let you pick her up. What's happening? What's going on? Cause she don't mess with people, but why she let you pick her up?
Look,
Yeah.
So I
And
know about the babies, y'all. The babies love Auntie Leo.
right.
So we appreciate everybody for tuning in and going down the journey of randomness, but also staying within topic and a bunch of other
Yeah.
stuff. So we thank y'all for just flowing with the conversation. Cause sometimes that's what y'all gonna get. Sometimes y'all gonna get a random conversation, but it's gonna always, always, always give you something that you need, but also give us something that we need. We didn't
Yep.
know that we needed to go down that road and have those conversations or to say those things. But see, look, somebody just said they needed this.
That's
Hey,
right.
Kiana! She
Oh.
needed this. And so,
but
sometimes we need to be random for people to get what they need. We need to be ourselves and just go with the flow of conversation, even if we do have a topic, so
Yeah.
that people can get what they need, so that they can understand that, shit, transitions happen and things in our lives aren't always gonna be beautiful, but we can make them as beautiful as possible with what we have and what we are given. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm your girl, Auntie Leo. We got Auntie Coco right here up top next to me. And then right up under me, we got Auntie Shell. And next to Auntie Shell, we got Auntie Joy up in this thing.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all for being here and, rocking with us. We're a little over 2 hours. And I'm pretty sure if we didn't know, like we had stuff to do, we probably be on here like we did for our premiere show
Oh,
almost 2 years ago.
yeah.
Almost 2 years ago, Auntie Shell.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years for the Crazy Rich Aunties. And so 2 years ago,
Right.
we had a show called Ladies Night. Go look for it on our YouTube channel. That show is the only show in PGC history that is 4+ hours long. Okay?
Yeah.
The only show in PGC history
Yeah,
is 4+ hours long.
And
Baby,
the audience stayed.
The audience stayed the whole 4 hours.
I love that.
The whole 4 hours. And you saw the aunties transition from being cute and beautiful and perky and excited. And you saw us go down here because all of us was drinking and talking and vibing and having a good time. And we got hungry.
That's a good watch.
Next thing you know, you saw some of us like this.
That's a good watch.
Bumped over in the back. I think I was eating pizza at the end. By the end of that show, I was up here
eating. By the end of that, we were all.
I need to go back and watch that.
Yes.
So it was a good old girlfriend time.
Yeah, be prepared to laugh.
Girlfriend time. So
be prepared to laugh.
Go check that episode out, and then make sure y'all check out all the other episodes of PGC and PGC After Dark, and then also make sure y'all check out our partner SMG over there on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure y'all check me out on Thursday Night Live. And then we got some other amazing things coming to PGC. Listen, when you are actively out here doing all the things and you are trying to build something amazing, just understand that it takes time and give yourself the grace and the space to know that great things don't happen overnight. Okay? So, make sure y'all join us Tuesday as we get ready to close our Mental Health Awareness Month, and it'll be our last conversation about grief. And we are talking about the grief of losing a loved one on Tuesday. And we got Miss Kendra Parker that is joining us as our counselor on the show. And then we got a couple of guests that are going to talk about their experiences about loss. Hey, Beats. He hopped in at the very end there. He said we are looking beautiful.
Hey, what's going on?
But yes, make sure y'all join us on Tuesday and then join us in 2 weeks with the Crazy Rich Aunties as we continue giving y'all all y'all need in regards to sexual health, wellness, intimacy, and all the amazing things. So be prepared for Pussy and Penis Appreciation Month. Pam is what we calling it. Make sure y'all are prepared for Pam. We're going to get all of the things together.
I can bring my little penis out.
Oh, wow. We had I don't know who it was, what company it was, but they dropped off some little stress balls for us at work. And they was little penises. We just squeeze.
Oh,
that is cute.
I need one of those.
Yeah, it was very pretty. I don't know what happened to it. I lost it.
Yeah.
Penis ball.
I need that.
Right. You got the balls on the end of the penis.
Let me Google that.
Right. Not the Google.
Please Google that.
All right, y'all. We about this thing. Y'all know what I say. Whatever you do for the rest of the evening and the rest of the week, don't do it with your half-ass. Do it with your whole ass. Y'all, 2 fingers. We about this thing. Love y'all. Be good.
Go masturbate.
Trust. Independence. Love. Respect. Passion. Pain. Intimacy. Pleasure. I sit here stuck inside